that your friends and family all accept you.
Nice.
And they're all excited about your persona, which is awesome to be.
Yeah, I think it's this person's coming out as a furry, and they've announced their persona, which is like, who they are as a furry. And George Santos is here to bring them right out and tell everybody what's going on here.
A beaverpuss, a beaver, and a platypus. So let me...
Oh, my God.
I'll bring that back in case you missed it, because the person is a beaverpuss, which is a beaver and a platypus combination, though he says platypus a little bit strange. Here he is again.
It's awesome to be a beaverpuss, a beaver, and a platypus. So let me tell you, they all love you, beaverpuss. Don't you ever get your head down, and don't you ever let anybody tell you what you can and can't be. I'm so proud that the corporate folks at Arby's gave you the go-ahead to go to work in your persona. So
I love this idea.
He just read it verbatim. George Santos did not have a second guess that this might be a prank and not real.
No, the corporate overlords at Arby's are thrilled that you're coming out. You're going to work in your costume as your persona. The Arby's line was genius to toss in there. That one I did not see coming.
Arby's gave you the go-ahead to go to work in your persona. So if you could just, live it up and be as perfect as you want.
Perfect.
Just keep doing you, and yiff. Bye.
Oh. All right. There he goes. George Santos.
All right, be honest. Are either of you, Celine or Sean, is this something you would want for Christmas?
Oh, a George Santos message? Boy, I don't know.
Make some moves.
They got to be in high demand right now, right? He's got to be making some money off of this.
But he's saying whatever you want.
Yeah.
So that is very important.
Yeah, that John Fetterman guy, he got George Santos to do a cameo slamming another politician that John Fetterman doesn't like.
Dr. Roz.
No. It was somebody else that he was going after. Some congressman is like all corrupt and stuff, had gold bars at his house, all kinds of messed up stuff. But he's out there, he's making some money, and he's doing his thing. So there's George Santos. We got to keep an eye on that guy. He's always delivering. Some news coming in about that Republican debate we talked about yesterday. It is the lowest rated debate ever. And about what I told you, coming up to it, I told you that there was going to be a lot of people who were yawning this off, who were bored by it. You don't have Trump in there. You've got just the other people. You got not Santos. He'd like to be there, but he's not. You've got Ron DeSantis. You got Nikki Haley. You got Vivek Ramaswamy and Chris Christie out there. But that's not enough for the excitement. So the ratings were down 47%, bringing in just over 4 million viewers. That first one, or the third one actually in Miami, which was November 8th, had 7.5 million viewers. And the first one had 12.8 million viewers. We're all the way down to 4 million viewers now.
Wow.
So really taking a hit there.
Don't you think that has something to do with where it was, though?
Yeah, you mean on the channel it was on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on News Nation, which not a lot of people are super familiar with. So that absolutely had an impact on it. I think it was also on some other channels, too, like the CW might have had it, and some other networks might have carried it alongside News Nation, but it just did not do very well in the ratings. I think we should be all good on the stream, right, Celine? It looks like we're good to go now.
I think they like it now. They said great job.
There we go. On YouTube and twitch.tv / The News Junkie, you can watch the show.
They said whoever fixed it, big fat raise.
All right, yeah. Is that what they said? I didn't see that in the chat. I'm looking.
You got to scroll for a while.
Yeah, I just saw a lot of messages flying by. I did not see that one for some reason. We did learn late last night that the president's son, Hunter Biden, has been indicted on 9 new tax charges. This guy should fire every attorney he has right now, because Hunter Biden had this sweetheart deal ready to go where they were just basically going to give him a little slap on the wrist, and he was going to dodge the gun charges, the tax charges, even maybe potential future charges. And now
dodging future charges sounds like some real political voodoo.
That's high-level stuff right there. But no more, because now not only is he hit with the gun charges, but he's hit with 9 new tax charges. including 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. Everybody was jumping on this last night as the news broke, and here's what they were saying.
The president's son, Hunter Biden, who's already been charged, who had charges brought against him by a prosecutor in Delaware. It looked like they were going to come to a plea agreement. The judge in that rejected that plea months ago. We went back to square one. That U.S. attorney was elevated to be a special prosecutor who's now brought some felony charges against him for a felony in possession of a gun. We've got new news tonight that there are additional tax charges, 3 federal felony tax charges against Hunter Biden. These are coming out of a California district. I think that's probably...
So here are the charges against Hunter Biden, the president's son. Failure to file and pay taxes. And they had like a whole list of where Hunter Biden was spending his money when he wasn't paying his taxes. And I think...
Yeah, they had that for George Santos, too, the OnlyFans.
Yeah, this was even worse. Hunter Biden, there was one that was like adult entertainment, meaning like hookers, etc. And I think it was in the 6 figures that he had spent on that. When he was not paying his taxes, there was just a whole bunch of money that they outlined he was spending, none of it going to Uncle Sam. Evasion of assessment was another count, false or fraudulent tax return, and failure to file and pay taxes among the 9 counts that he was hit with. He is 53 years old and facing a maximum of 17 years in prison as a result of these charges. And it was inevitable. This dude was living a life for a period of time that was Hunter S. Thompson levels of crazy, and taking photos of everything. I still don't understand that. That is the craziest thing to me.
It is the craziest thing. And then it seems like, based on what they found, that he also just plugged his in the digital camera and then uploaded all of the pictures, put them in a folder perfectly labeled, and was like, that's how it works, everybody.
And then when his computer broke, he brings it to a repair shop with all of that stuff on it and just leaves it there. You go, whoa, what the hell are you doing? For God's sake. So there he is. We'll see what happens with those charges. It's going to be interesting. Next year, you got the election going. You got Trump, you got Biden, you got all the drama and annoying stuff this is going to bring about. But in the backdrop of that, you got Trump on all sorts of charges and possibly facing jail. And you have the president's son, Hunter Biden, now up on all sorts of charges next year and potentially facing jail.
2024.
Gonna be a wild ride next year, folks. So buckle up and get ready to go. What do you think should happen here? Tell us. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. An email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com from DJ. We were talking yesterday about tipping and all these different people that get the most tips and how some people say this is out of control. Well, DJ says to-go orders are the very bane of restaurant servers' existence. Here's why, from somebody who waited tables for 16 years. When you're responsible for tables in a dining room, you're timing each table's courses, drinks, table maintenance, etc. Alternately, when a to-go customer arrives, they're expecting to have everything packaged and ready to go right now. Unless the restaurant has a dedicated employee just for to-go orders, a dining room server must take time away from the table customers who tip well in order to do the following. Get the salad station, entree station, and any other food station to stop what they're doing and put the to-go order up right now. Go out of your normal workstation to gather paper goods, styro containers, plastic forks and spoons, straws, bags, etc., and leave the dining room and get everything together all at once to the host station or front door and properly bagged. Excuse me. And to-go diners don't tip, says DJ. Gigantic pain in the ass. I feel for you, my friend, or for anybody who's doing that. Maybe we should tip them a little bit more. At least them. There's a lot of tipping going on, but maybe at least they deserve a little more. All right, a big Friday show on the way for you. When we come back, not only will we hear from you and your dispatches, but somebody on a Spirit Airlines flight brought the strangest thing along with them. What is it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday, Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
One new accident to report at this time, a hit and run at Fuller's Cross Road and Ocoee-Apopka Road causing minor delays. I-4 westbound, the off-ramp still causing some delays at Fairbanks Avenue. I-4 stacking up eastbound starting just west of US 27 till you hit about State Road 429. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Cyber Monday is Dell's biggest sale of the year. Get limited time deals, free shipping, and huge savings on laptops like the XPS 13. Engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
During the Jeep Wrap-Up the Year event, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep brand vehicles. 10% or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Overland, Compass excludes Sport, Grand Cherokee excludes 4xe, Laredo, Grand Cherokee All excludes Laredo. 15% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Sport, Compass Latitude, and Renegade. Not compatible with lease offers except Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 1/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sports book and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Jessica Kirsten on December 8th and 9th.
You look really scared right now. You're like, you look how I feel 24 hours a day.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers and waitstaff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get $16 adult sweaters and $12 sweaters for kids. Right now, grab this season's cozy sweaters for only $16 and $12. But hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 12, 9, and 10. Select styles only.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
iHeart Podcast Update this week on your free iHeartRadio app. In Trust, Rachel Adams Heard discusses the Osage Nation and its story and changes throughout the years. The Big Take. Host Wes Kosova talks to Bloomberg journalists around the world, experts, and the people at the center of the news to help you understand what's happening. Crash Course. Every week, Crash Course explores the lessons to be learned when creativity and ambition collide with competition and power.
Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
You know, I saw people in chat talking about this. Said, are we going to find out who the burp was from during the break? Wasn't me.
Oh, place your bets.
I'm not sure. All right, I was going to call him out. But there you have C-Lane into the hot mic there. In good news, I figured it out. I finally figured out a major problem here, okay? And this is an issue that I have. Sabrina shares this. C-Lane isn't worried about anything in the world, so obviously he's not affected by this.
Oh, is this airplane related?
Flying brings with it some stress. You can't have no control over the plane that you're in, obviously. You're in a tin can flying through the air at 500 miles an hour at 30,000 feet. Humans just aren't supposed to do this stuff. It is frightening, and it's not a great experience for me at the very least. And I blame my mother, because my mother was very scared of flying. Even when I wasn't. The first time I flew when I was a little kid, I was like, this is awesome. And I was so excited. But my mom was so scared that it like made me scared over time, and hate her for that. But I'll have to forgive her. You know? I can't yell at her now.
That's a strong term.
She's no longer with us, so I can't yell at her now. But I now figured it out, I think, because I didn't know this was an option. I didn't know we were allowed to do this on planes, but it would indeed put me at ease. There was somebody who brought something along with them to make the ride a little more enjoyable. Any guesses as to what this person brought with them on this Spirit Airlines flight, or did you see this story?
Drugs.
Not drugs, but a lot of people try that to kind of put you at ease, calm you down, get you so you can take a little nap.
Based on your reaction, Sean, I can't imagine it's emotional support animal, because you sometimes rage against them, especially if they're not a dog.
Right.
So it sounds like you're up for it. Can you bring a doctor to put you to sleep?
Oh, that would be nice. God, that's the way to fly the friendly skies right there. A doctor to just give you like a little shot of something, or some of that nitrous to put you out. No. That's not what this person brought on this Spirit Airlines flight. There was a passenger spotted as they were boarding the plane wearing a parachute openly on their back. And they said this was viewed 1.6 million times on TikTok.
Facebook,
and
Instagram, Twitter.
The woman who filmed it, her husband was the one who was wearing his parachute on this Spirit Airlines flight. They said, just in case. I didn't know that you could do that. That kind of seems like a thing where other passengers would be like, are you planning on getting off before the rest of us? Or
And it also makes zero sense. If you own a parachute, I would liken you to someone who's not afraid of flying or falling through the sky.
Right. Yeah. But you would be put at ease, though, in case of emergency. You say, sayonara, everybody, and just kick open the door.
Because you've jumped enough times to go solo, though. From what I understand, skydivers, please chime in, you have to have some dude strapped to your back a bunch of times before you can have your own parachute.
Yeah, you do, I believe. And you would have to have some knowledge about how to use all this stuff, obviously. And then, I don't even know, if your plane was too high up, you can't just go hopping out of a plane with a parachute at 30,000 feet, I don't think.
No, I think it would kill you.
Yeah, I think that might be bad.
I don't know that you'd have
Pretty sure.
enough oxygen if you were at 30,000.
Yeah, you might need to wait till the plane gets a little closer to crashing, but
Well, there's
I
people
would
that have
feel
done
better.
it. There's people that have done those like high skydives. They bring a tank with them, I think, though.
Well, this particular guy just walked right on the flight with the parachute on his back. And I thought that this would be something where they would bizarrely say, you can't do that. You're not allowed to bring a parachute on with you.
Well, I mean, it does give I'm going to try to jump mid-flight vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right.
So I can see how it would make certain people uneasy. If I were Spirit Airline and I already have sort of a reputation for being the cheap value airline, do I want a picture of one of my passengers bringing a parachute going viral? You know, like that's how much faith they have in our service here.
Or the passenger is just really, really smart with his money, and he saw that a one-way flight to a destination that wasn't the one he was going to was more affordable, and he figured when he's over the target, he'll just hop out with the parachute.
There are no direct flights to Charleston, but New York fares these days are nice and cheap.
Yeah, you might get in some trouble for opening that emergency exit door and all that. A lot of people in chat mentioning DB Cooper. You might get DB Cooper vibes when somebody pops on the plane with a parachute. Is there going to be some sort of hijacking and then you're going to pop out of here? That's what people would probably think. Before we go to you and your dispatches from the newsjunkie.com, I want to talk about the rise in more of the dirty side of AI. Artificial intelligence on the dirty side includes these apps that they're calling Nudify apps. And I would like to try one of these. I'd like to see how this works myself. And I'll do it with a photo of me, of course, so that nobody else is made to feel weird by this.
I don't want to assume what Nudify means, but I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You give a picture of yourself with full clothes on, and they present you with what you look like naked?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Now, they've tried to do this for a long time. Creepers on the internet have long tried to just take a photograph of somebody and make them look naked. In fact, there was a craze for a very short period of time, and some of you might know about this, others not so much. There was a camera that was on the market, and there was a feature of this camcorder that they said gave it the ability to have X-ray technology and to videotape through people's clothes. And immediately, these cameras became incredibly popular on eBay, and they were very expensive. Do you remember this, C-Lane, when this happened?
I think I only remember you talking about it.
Look that up if you can. Look up X-ray camera. That's a weird thing for you to search today, but you'll find what I'm talking about, I believe. And whatever this type of camera was, everybody wanted to get it because everybody's weird and they want to see people around them naked that aren't actually naked. But these are exploding in popularity. These Nudify apps are what they're calling them. And this story from Time says these apps are part of a worrying trend of non-consensual pornography being developed and distributed because of advances in AI, a type of fabricated media known as deep fake pornography. And there's a bunch of people who are using these apps to just take regular photos of folks and then see them naked afterwards.
I want to try to see if they, nail it as far as what I look like naked. But once I use that technology, is that photo for hackers forever?
It could be. It could be that would be a problem that you would face moving forward, but I would want to see how generous they were to me. I want to see, like, what are you giving me when you use AI to see what I got going on? Oh, I found this, Sealand, if you didn't end up looking at this.
Oh, good, because I didn't.
Okay, it's a Sony video camera, and hang on, I'm pulling up this article. It says, this is from Japan. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm not ready for all of this today. I'm just not prepared. Here we go.
Japan!
They said, it seems that the latest Sony Handycam video works even better than those X-ray vision glasses they used to advertise in the back of comic books.
I remember those.
The camera, with the aid of an inexpensive filter, can see through people's clothing. Don't put it on your holiday gift list, though. Sony has stripped this special feature off new versions of the camera. And they said this Sony Handycam had this X-ray vision. They tried to change it, but people were selling the ones that still had that feature all over eBay and all over online so that they could see you naked because they're sex maniacs. And why not, right? That's what they were doing for a while. Now they just use AI to pull the same thing off. All right, let's see what you got going on. We got a lot of people joining us on the show. We hope to hear your voice today. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch just like I'm a PC. Let's listen in.
Okay, so the biggest thing. How is a parachute not banned to bring on a plane, especially as a carry-on? Like, you have to put that through the scanner, okay? How do TSA people not know that it's a parachute?
I don't know. I would think that it would be obvious to them. The guy was wearing it like a backpack. He just had the parachute on his back like he was rocking a backpack going on to his flight, and nobody said anything about it as far as the TikTok went. Let's see what Tuck Frump says. Something about being afraid to fly.
When I was a kid, I was terrified of planes, and it was thanks to my grandmother, God rest her soul. She would be sitting at her kitchen table, smoking cigarettes, crushing Budweisers, and playing rummy, and she would look at me dead in the eye and just very calmly say, Ian, you can't go on planes because you will die. Everybody who goes on planes dies.
Oof. Yeah, that's not good. I could see why you would hold that against her afterwards. But he didn't say hate, C-Lane. He stayed away from that. At least he's not using the most aggressive language that I was going with. Meanwhile, we go to Missy, who's talking about George Santos. His clip started the show.
Morning, junkies.
Hey.
Listen, George Santos, it's no longer $200. He now wants $500 per cameo. And it's $20 just to contact him to see if he'll do the cameo for you. So, yeah, I think he's thinks very highly of himself.
Hey, he's making the money right now.
Have a great day, junkies.
If I was him, I'd do the same exact thing. It's either that or try to win Squid Game and get the $4.56 million. Although, is everybody done? Did everybody watch all of the Squid Game, the challenge show?
I am finished.
I am not. But if you guys want to talk about it, I can mute.
No, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I don't want to get that out there. It's too early to spoil it because they just dropped it not that long ago. But I did see a story today where the person, I'll say, who won is pissed off. Like, this person is...
They're mad? They just won millions of dollars.
They're very mad because they said it was 10 months ago that they actually won Squid Game, the challenge.
What?
And this person says, I haven't seen a dime of the prize money. In that long, it seems like they would be able to get the money to this person. 10 months. Yeah. That's a while. I mean,
it is a long time, and obviously they signed an NDA. Like, you can't talk about what's gone on until the episode premieres, but would the NDA wouldn't cover anyone who is involved in their finances, right? So maybe they were scared about that.
Yeah, they could have been, but they just say right now, as of this moment, where everybody's seen them win, and they were supposed to get $4.56 million. They didn't get anything yet. I feel like Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire, show me the money, they said in a call to the Times. And they said, I still have buyer's remorse from some of this, but I haven't gotten any of the payout from the win, which was supposed to be $4.6 million. I would be a little upset. This much time has gone by and he ain't got a damn thing just yet.
Yeah. Time to round it up to an even 5.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of, you got to tax this thing after a couple of months, I would think. All right, here we go. Here's Jay Rankin talking about models. All right. Okay.
Hey, News Junkie. Hey. As somebody who worked in a kind of cultural high-end restaurant for about 8 years, I 100% understand what the person is talking about in terms of takeout and tipping culture. Mm-hmm. I personally, if it is a restaurant that their entire base is based off of a takeout model, I do not tip. If it is a takeout Chinese restaurant, a fast food restaurant, etc. However, if the restaurant's model is based off of most of their income coming in from a sit-down standpoint, that means that their servers are the ones that are bagging up the food. So this person is 100% right. In the culture that we live in, you're not being able to, what we call table touch, go to the tables talk to people, make sure that they're doing okay, make sure that their needs are met.
Yeah, it slows you down on all of that stuff, just like the email said. I agree with you. I think that that's the right way to do things, but people are stingy about those pickup tips. I like how Big Doug Millionaire on Twitch says, actually getting the money is the final challenge. That's the final win for you to get the money. Somebody else says it was in the big ball, or they said giant pig, but it was in that ball that was on top of them. That was fake ass money, all right? Obviously, that was movie money that they had in there. The cash wasn't actually in that ball.
I thought it was
weird.
I
found it to be... Sorry, did we all just talk at the same time? I found it to be really interesting, though, that in that big ball, it seemed to be USD, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But they filmed it in London. There was obviously a lot of international players involved.
And they also even said, they were like, the prize is $4.56 million. So, like, everything said dollars as if the United States was the focus market. Maybe they changed that, though. I don't know if they, like, changed that in the graphics for other countries where they showed it there. I don't know if that's the case, but it very well could have been. However, she has, whoever it is, the person who won Squid Game has not gotten that $4.56 million yet. Didn't say anything. What are you talking about? When we come back, we're going to hear from you. It's time for you to join us on the show. It's simple to do with just one dispatch. Make your way over to thenewsjunkie.com on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone, and hit record on your first dispatch right now. And when we come back, we'll talk about this woman who has offered a whole bunch of money on the streets for her dog. What would you have done in this moment? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 70s. Mostly cloudy skies with pretty light winds out of the east. Now we are monitoring the chance for an isolated sprinkle, maybe a quick shower or two, but it's at 20% coverage, meaning not everyone's going to see the rain. We remain mostly dry for your Saturday, but shower and thunderstorm chances will be on the rise by Sunday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. $6 for your favorite classic hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you and has been there for many a people. As a matter of fact, he has over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, which means he knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a friend, like a human, not like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Now, That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. But these wholesale lenders are competing for your business. So why not work with someone who's going to show you the difference, is going to let you know if you can get the best deal possible. And you start the process by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The special guest, John Waite. Saturday, July 20th, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Sticks and Border, the Renegades and Jukebox Heroes Tour.
Extra cash? Coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No. Scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese, or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but two 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Mark your calendar and tell your boss to shove it. Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, and some of their friends are going to get loud, going to get rowdy, and they're going to do it in your hometown. Tickets to Rock the Country are on sale now. Get them before they're gone at rockthecountry.com.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Same address on another social platform. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
If you miss any of the show, go to thenewsjunkie.com and subscribe to the free podcast. I'm going to ask you right now the most difficult question you've been asked in your entire life for many of you, okay? Because this is an actual story. This actually happened to a woman, and she made a decision that will probably affect the rest of her life, all right? This woman was walking around. Her name is Alexis, and she was walking her dog. And as she's walking the dog around the neighborhood, I guess she's got like her husband with her or something, and somebody walks up and says, that is an absolutely beautiful dog. That is exactly the type of dog that me and my family have been looking for a very long time. And I'm willing to pay you for your dog. And you have to part with your dog, but I'm willing to pay you, and I'm willing to be generous about this. I will offer you $200,000 for your dog right here and now on the spot. You give me the leash. I take the dog. You walk dogless back to your house and then figure out what you're going to do with $200,000. And this woman answered like this. She said, absolutely effing not. She said, I would not do that. I'd walk away. And her husband's like, what are you talking about? It's $200,000. Just give him the leash. Give him the dog, for God's sake.
That had to have been a bit, right? Like that had to have been some sort of hidden camera kind of
Mr.
social.
Beast.
experiment.
Well, they said that this was real. She's claiming that this actually happened, and somebody came up to her, and her husband were arguing about it afterwards. A lot of folks are saying, done, peace out, Fido. I've already been on the fence about Fido. They're saying they would part with this dog immediately for $200,000. A lot of this depends on one thing. Is your dog an asshole? That's what a lot of this depends on. If you got a dog that just made a mess of your house and ripped your couch wide open, you can't throw that leash over fast enough to the human being who just offered up $200,000. If you got a dog that's the sweetest dog in the world that you love more than anything, you might think about this a little bit longer. Arnaud on YouTube says, I would give him my wife for $200,000. So bargain for this, you would say. What would you guys do if you're in this situation? Let me magically put you there. Boom. You're walking your dog. You're around the park just like this woman. Excuse me. I'd like to purchase your dog for $200,000. What do you say to that person?
Sea-Lane first.
I don't think I'd be allowed to say yes.
There's no repercussions for this. All right. Well, you think your wife would get angry if you said yes to giving up Lexi for $200,000?
I don't think $200,000 is enough, and I would be curious if she had a number.
Mm-hmm. What would the number be for you?
$5 million.
$5 million. You wouldn't take $1 million? $1 million bucks?
$1 million.
You think all the things you and your wife and your new baby could do with $1 million, and you want $5 million for Lexi?
That $1 million would go quickly, I would assume. So,
but okay, so $2 million.
Then I'm left with no money and no Lexi.
Yeah, I'm sure it would hurt for a little while. Now you have to say it to Carl's face, Sabrina, since Carl's on your lap right there.
He is. He's been in the room the whole time. I would say never over my dead body that I would sell the dog for $200,000.
Do you think that's easy to say with the offer not there? Like if somebody had the suitcase in front of you, they open it up, you're staring at $200,000. Carl has just sprayed diarrhea all over the house, and he's on your bad list. He's not doing so well. And you also learned that Carl's 2 years older than you thought he was. So
my baby,
like so many things have devalued Carl in the recent months that we've seen.
Oh my God! How dare you, Sean?
Seriously,
devalued.
Seriously,
literally priceless.
You would not.
I would never do that.
You would
never
not take $200,000.
I would not take $200,000, and then I would immediately have a million red flags if they come up to me and they're like, that's exactly the dog we've been looking for. Same thing. $200,000 if we can have that dog. I would say, you can get 5 of these dogs for $200,000. What's your deal?
Not that one though. Not the one that looks exactly like this. That's exactly that size. That has exactly that demeanor. You
I
can't
will give
buy
them
that.
$200,000. I'll take $200,000 for a DNA sample of Carl. They can clone him.
Yeah, they got the money.
Want, but they're not taking Carl.
I'll tell you this. I think more than not, people would take the $200,000. I'm telling you. I think more than not, 51% at least of people who are walking their dog around the park, somebody comes up with $200,000, more than half of the people would take that money and go, see you later, Fido. It's been a good run. I love you. And this rich person is clearly going to have a great house for you. And you're going to be super comfortable with them for the rest of your life because they're paying $200,000 for you. They're going to take care of you, obviously.
Riddle me this. All right. Same exact situation. Now on the table, not $500,000 or $200,000, but $5 million. But they want your baby instead.
Oh, wow. One actual baby. The child. Sea-Lane, would you sell Jackson for $5 million or... I mean...
Depends on what night it is.
Last night, you might have sold Jackson for $5 million? Is that what we're looking at here?
Babe, we're rich, but the baby's gone.
I would say to this person, give me your business card because I'll wait until I have a breaking point moment. Yeah. And I'll ring you up and sell you this damn thing.
Yeah. As I had left for work on my way here, and the kid was only slept for like 2 non-consecutive hours overnight, right?
Boy.
And so I get a text, and it's a picture of him sleeping, and Ashley just wrote, "This bitch."
A lot of people are talking about this over on chat, and somebody said that people are either, this is Noel on YouTube, people are either rich or lying if they're saying they would not do this. Those folks are either rich or lying. If you were really poor and you had your dog and you're like, man, I'm struggling to pay rent, there's no way you don't take that money. You would feel bad about it.
know.
But I feel like you would just be pressured to do so because the finances would be so difficult for you. And I'll tell you, after all the things I just said, I would never sell Lady on a walk.
I would never do it. I mean, to live with that guilt also, to think about that you did it, and God knows, like losing sleep for the rest of my life of what they did with Carl.
$1 billion?
$1 billion?
Yeah.
It was nice to know you, Carl.
See you later, buddy.
And then I would buy it back. How about... No, I don't know. I really don't think I could do it. I think that it would change me as a person, and I would feel so guilty that I would just say no off the bat.
Okay,
Not worth
this
it.
is where you and I, Sabrina, fundamentally disagree on something. I think for virtually everything, there is a price. I think for virtually everything, there is a price. Let's imagine this scenario. You're walking through the park with your significant other, guy's walking with his wife or something. And somebody pulls up and says, your wife is absolutely gorgeous, and I will give you X amount of money if I can sleep with her right now, and she's willing to do so. Guarantee you, the indecent proposal style deal right there, there is a dollar amount that almost everybody would take to do these things. It's just that
and I can be talked down.
it's just that.
Yeah. But that's two consenting adults that are going to split the money.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, this poor little
non-consenting Carl
who doesn't know, Jackson, who did not have a say in this whatsoever. That would be so messed up.
See, the people who aren't dog people are commenting like this. Florida Scratcher on YouTube says, just buy another one, but you can't buy that one. You can't just get another one. It goes back to that guy I talked about who was in love with his bull. He had a bull that was his pet, and he was on This American Life on the HBO show.
That guy was banging that bull for sure.
He loved this bull. It was his favorite thing in the world was this bull. It was his buddy, his friend, his pal. And the bull died, and he went to Texas A&M, and he got the DNA from the bull, and he had them clone him another bull. And it was supposed to be the exact same bull. But the other bull that he had cloned hated him and gored him a bunch of times and was going after this guy trying to kill him. And the guy was like, damn it. The first bull was Chance, and the second bull was Second Chance. And he hated Second Chance. It did because it's not the same thing. It's just not
That's the
same
problem.
thing.
The second one should have been Community Chest.
All right. Didn't work out, though. All right. Let's go over to you and see what you have going on. Maybe you two have a Monopoly quip for us.
But
Let's see what's going on.
If somebody wanted to pay me $1 billion cash for Jackson, I would seriously consider it because then I could move somewhere, and then hire somebody to kidnap Jackson and bring him back to me.
True. With $1 billion, you
I
could
would
get
pay
like
top dollar.
A team of retired Navy SEALs to go in and retrieve Jackson, and now you got the monies and the Jackson. That's
the best part's going to be me and Sean when we get reached out to by Dateline or 2020, and the priceless moment will be all the things that we say about C-Lane because he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
True, yeah, that might not help him out. All right,
Let's go somewhere where there's no extradition.
Let's go over to Man Kickin' with a dispatch about the dog.
100,000? No. I wouldn't be able to do it.
200 grand, man.
Not for 200,000.
Okay, thank you, Man Kickin'. You just wanted to say that. Let's do one more. Here is Big Bad Beard with a dispatch for us.
Oh, 200,000? I don't have a dog, but now I have $200,000. Thank you. I don't care if I've had this dog for 10 years. If I just got this dog, if this is the best darn dog in the world, it's not worth $200,000.
My dad would have done the same.
Bye, dog. See you later. I'm $200,000 richer, and guess what? I'll go buy whatever dang dog I want now. All the dogs, my little heart's content, because I got a ton of money. Thank you.
This guy.
Do you think he's saying that while he's looking at his dog chained up in the backyard?
Probably. This guy is exactly like my dad. My dad would have been the same way. If somebody offered my dad $150 when we were walking around our old Beagle that we had for a hot minute, Boomer, he would have said, deal. He would have given the person $50 back. He would have been fine with that. He didn't have a real attachment to these animals. So he wasn't that kind of guy. So $200,000 seems like a whole lot of money.
Ashley would definitely turn it down for Lexi. And then for the rest of Lexi's existence, I would just see a $200,000 deficit walking around the house.
Right. Every time she does something bad, you'd be like, $200,000. We could have had it.
When she gets old and starts pooping everywhere, I would go, you know what doesn't poop everywhere? 200 large.
Yeah, that would stick with you for a while, I think. Or we want to see what you think and what you would do. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. C-Lane, what was that building you went on top of in New York with like that crazy viewing area?
That was the Edge at Hudson Yards.
Okay, I don't think that's the one that has this new feature that I've been seeing online.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, first of all, before we say it, would you do that?
Probably.
Oh,
there's so much floor around you, and it's not like I did the one in Chicago where they lean you forward. The one at the Hancock Building, I think it's the Hancock Building, and where you hold on the bars and they lean you like 30 degrees or so forward.
Is that the Willis Tower?
No, it's not Willis. Willis is the one where you kind of walk into like a little box.
Yeah, I love how this is where we're at as Americans. We don't have enough problems, so we want to pretend like we're falling out of buildings. We want to get the feeling as if we're going to drop out of the building in real time by leaning forward. That one, even that one I might do, but the new one that people are doing, this photo op way up on top of a building, not for me. We'll see if it's for you. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
I-4 in both directions, starting to see heavy volume for two reasons. One, accidents. Number two, just too many people on the road. I-4 westbound between Sand Lake and 535, expect stop-and-go traffic, partially due to that accident that happened just east of Osceola Parkway. Ocoee, Apopka Road, and Fuller's Crossroads still seeing delays there due to an earlier accident. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 1-866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken. $5 Mac Bowls are back. That's right, folks. Kentucky Fried Chicken's $5 Mac and Cheese Bowls have returned, featuring new 100% white meat chicken nuggets and KFC's hand-breaded original recipe. Available in classic or spicy. It's finger-licking good. Prices of participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Unleash your creativity with the brand new Hype app. That's HYPH. Hype empowers you to create music effortlessly. Sharing your songs with friends on social media. Create your song with a few swipes. You'll never believe how easy and fun it is to make music. Listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com or go to Instagram at XL1067.
Sick of paying $100 for groceries and getting nothing but eggs, orange juice, and a paper bag? Then download the Drop app. Drop lets you earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
During the Wrap Up the Year sales event at your Ram dealer, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500 models. 10 or 15% below MSRP depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 1500 excluding TRX, Ram 2500, and 3500. 15% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab, Laramie Crew Cab, and Ram 1500 Classic. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/2.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Celebrate the season with Orlando Harley-Davidson, home to the largest new and pre-owned inventory in the state of Florida. Looking for something specific? They've got it, or they'll find it for you. Whether you're an experienced rider or a first-timer, Orlando Harley-Davidson has the perfect ride for you. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a sneak peek at their massive inventory, or stop by the Orlando Harley dealership today, next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennia. Make your holiday season unforgettable with Orlando Harley-Davidson.
Join the Monsters on Friday, December the 15th at Enterber Irish Pub. It's in Maitland at the Sheraton Maitland. It's a big celebration of a great, great year with the Monsters, and we're going to raise as much money as we can for the Coalition for the Homeless. We're going to have all kinds of talent on stage. We're going to have Monster T-shirts for you. It's going to be a party. There'll be all kinds of specials like mimosas and Bloody Marys, and it's at Enterber Friday, December 15th. It's going to be a great time at the Sheraton Maitland. Join the Monsters for a live broadcast from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's Enterber Irish Pub.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. Safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Celebrate the season in style at Park Jewelers. Join us for a one-day jewelry event on Saturday, December 9th from noon to 7 p.m. featuring the newest designs from Roberto Coin. Shop, enjoy cocktails and hors d'oeuvres while exploring Roberto Coin's collection of fine jewelry. Handcrafted in Italy. Find the perfect gift for your special someone. Don't miss the holiday magic at Park Jewelers. Visit myparkjewelers.com for details. That's myparkjewelers.com.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
City in just a moment. Courtney really knows how to distract me with a text right before we come back live on the show. That was just a handful of words that made me go, whoa, wait, what?
I thought you maybe got a nude or something.
No, not that. It's just like...
That's how I distract him right before we come back from the break.
There's certain text messages that you can send to somebody, and it's like, I have so many follow-ups right now. I have so many questions to ask. She fires off a text right as we're about to come back on the show, and it says, I think I just saw a dead body.
Oh.
And then I go, well, okay. I mean,
where?
Yeah, I have some questions. She's out on a run right now and wandering the neighborhood. And she said, I think I just saw a dead body. And I'm like, I mean, all right, we're going to have to figure out what happened with that when she comes back. I'll ask her some follow-up questions when she returns.
But was it just like during the jog and then like did a double take, kept running, or did she poke said dead body with a stick?
You now know as much about this mystery dead body as I do. We are both in the same boat here.
I am, however, in the area. So if given enough time at this next break, I could go try to find this dead body.
It's like a scavenger hunt for the ages, but I'll see what happened with that in just a bit. Right now, C-Lane says he would do this because C-Lane is an absolute madman who doesn't really appreciate his life. And wouldn't take $200,000 for his dog Lexi. You did something like this in Chicago that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people who there's actually
the one in Chicago was like more of a thrill thing than the thing I did in New York was just like an observation deck.
That was just a rooftop thing where it's a beautiful shot of the city. You go up on top of these buildings, and now they have like almost amusement rides in some way. There's one, I believe, unless I'm making this up, please tell me I'm not making this up. Is there not a building somewhere where way up on the top floors, you can get on a slide and you slide outside the building from one floor to another floor and you get that experience like, oh, you know, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to get the experience like you're falling off a building. I don't know what's wrong with you people, but you want that. Am I crazy to say that there's one with a slide? Have you guys heard about this?
I feel like I've seen a video like that, but I couldn't tell you where it was. I feel like not in the United States.
I thought it was in Chicago, but I might just be absolutely making this up. I thought there was a skyscraper that had a slide from one floor to another because everybody keeps trying to outdo each other with these thrill rides kind of on top of these big buildings. And the one that's out there now that C-Lane has seen and many of you have seen on social media, it recreates a moment in a photograph that I can't barely look at because the people who built some of these skyscrapers in New York are just a different breed. The famous photograph of all those dudes on the big beam, like having lunch or whatever they were doing, way up above New York City as they're building the building. Oh, God, those photos always make me sick to my stomach when I'm looking at them. Just the idea that they're walking around on these beams way up in the air and they could die at any minute. And they have you creating that moment for yourself in this new thing at Rockefeller Center, which they will find anything they can to monetize the roof of Rockefeller Center. They will make
any of those
money.
Buildings.
Yeah, they said, this is extra space. Let's make some money up here. And they'll charge you $50, $75 to do this. Here is, if you're watching on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie, some folks trying this out. And you sit on this beam. It doesn't look like
they have multiple beams.
There's multiple beams in a line, yeah, so everybody could do this. When you sit on the beam, there's nothing locking you onto it, and the beam goes up into the air, way up into the air over New York City, so that you are getting the experience of being one of those construction dudes, and the beam spins around, look, it's spinning around now, and puts you in position. No. I don't want to do this. I'm not okay with any of this, but people are lining up for days to get on this and have this beautiful view of New York City. I guess you may be strapped in from the back here. There's like
yeah, sure, but you could have that same beautiful view with a bunch of glass around you. And, you know, in something that just in one wrong move, you fall over.
Yeah.
Not worth it. If this was the same exact video, but it's the three of us, only C-Lane would be the one that's smiling and waving at the camera.
I'd be holding on to the
Sean would
beam.
be strapped to it. They would have to pry our fingers off of it.
They go, have fun. What are you doing? Enjoy yourself. What are you talking about? How could I possibly have fun right now?
I'll tell you, I wouldn't like it if we got up there and it was like really wobbly. I don't like that. When I had a lighting class in college, I think I told you guys before, when it came time to doing the cherry picker day, where you got up in the thing to hang lights,
right.
I got halfway to the ceiling and I went, nope, out of here.
No, thank you. I don't want to put any more undue risks on my life than I have to.
The thing we're looking at right now, if you look at the bottom of it, that looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beam. So, and they probably made it even more robust than that. And I couldn't see it at first, but it does indeed look like you're like strapped into this as it's spinning around. So just if you're listening, imagine just like that beam I told you, the iconic shot where they're building the skyscrapers and the construction workers are having lunch on that beam. You're doing that, but you're hovering over New York City on top of a building as they lift you up and spin you around on this thing. And a lot of you lunatics over on chat are like, I would do that. I do that. Next time I go to New York, I'm doing this. Looks cool. Great photo op. Man, oh man. That's a hard pass for me. Maybe if I had a couple of drinks, I might be.
No way.
convinced.
Then I would throw up and still be on there.
Your photo op is just you violently vomiting from the
projectile, exorcist style.
That would not be a good time. Okay, we're going to go to you and your dispatches in just a moment. Would you do this? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We've got a dispatch from Big T. He's talking about something that's on top of a skyscraper.
Good after morning news junkies.
Hey.
So if my memory is working correctly at this moment, which is somewhat doubtful, I do believe there is a skyscraper that has a roller coaster on top of it. Why anyone would want to do that, I have no clue. Not for me.
I don't know if there is a skyscraper that has a roller coaster on top, but there is a very large building in Vegas, or like a large thing in Vegas that has a skyscraper on the top that I've seen. That doesn't have a skyscraper on top, excuse me, that has a roller coaster on top. That's a no for me too.
Yeah. But that one's not very high.
It's not.
It just like goes through the building and you could see it. It didn't look like it's crazy fun. It just would be maybe just to tell people you were going through buildings. Like, it doesn't have like a big loop or anything like that. It just shows you for a second, if you're not screaming, what Vegas looks like.
It's like the moment you get from this is where you can say, when somebody goes, I went on a roller coaster, you could go, I went on a roller coaster on top of a building, and you get the one up from that experience. And so a lot of people do that stuff. Let's go over to Matt from Port St. Lucie. Let's see what Matt says.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Matt and PSL here. Just wanted to say the hoodies are out for delivery, so should be getting those today.
Excellent. Sorry for the wait
Thank you
there.
much.
Those final orders have now gone out that were held back because we needed some reprinted. Those are out there now. So if you were waiting for one, it's on the way. If you didn't get one, make sure you email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll fix up whatever problem you have. You can also email sales, but if you email tips, it goes to me faster. Let's see here. Here is the Music Man Dan, or whatever that means.
Hey, news junkies.
Music
I think
Man
the big
Dan?
question here is, do you have kids or not? If you don't have kids, $200,000, I'll see you later, bud. Been good knowing you, but sorry. Now, if you got kids, yeah, it's going to be tough to explain, but I still got to take that $200,000.
True.
See you guys.
Yeah, if you got a couple of kids and you're just getting by and you turn down $200,000 as an offer for your dog, those kids are going to be like, I could have gone to college. We could have had nicer things. Why would you do this to us?
I mean, if the kids are saying that, you could have gone to college had you gotten better grades and gotten a full ride, perhaps excelled in some sort of sport. So it's not necessarily on me.
Man, I think that process sucks still, too. I don't know if this was true, but I saw some video of some younger woman, 19 probably or something, and she was going through all of the letters she got where the colleges said no. And she had like a 4.0 and was doing good in school. And all of the rejection letters she got, there was like a stack of them. And I said, that is the most brutal thing when you're young. You just try to figure out where you're going to go next in your life. And, oh, God.
I've been through that. I'll tell you that. And I'm very grateful that it wasn't that social media era. My senior year of high school, where people were filming the reactions, like the family surrounding you to see if you got in. You're checking the portal and refreshing, and then you, for some reason, still posted if you got rejected.
Right.
But my number one school, like when I was 17 years old, was FSU.
That's where you were trying to go.
And when they denied me, I screamed as if someone had been murdered in my family.
Man, because it's like buying a lottery ticket. You picture yourself at the school. You're like, I'm going to go to all the parties. And then you worked hard, you go through school, you think, I'm going to get this. And no, they take it away from you just like that.
But it worked out. It really did, because I ended up going to FGCU, which was one of the only schools that accepted me. And then after 2 years, I went to UCF, and I would not be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for that whole experience.
Well, there you go. Let's go over to Hey There.
I got into every school I applied to.
Did you?
Whatever, C-Lane.
You didn't try for Harvard? You didn't shoot that high?
Nope.
Well,
I applied at Valencia, and I got into Valencia.
Got right in there. Congrats. Let's go to Hey There.
Sean, as soon as you mentioned that iconic photo of the construction workers sitting on that beam, oh my gosh, my hands and my feet started to sweat. Like, this weird, like, tingly feeling in my knees. And I'm driving a car. Like, so I'm just like sitting here, all of a sudden I just start to sweat. So that new experience in New York City, nope. NOPE, all capital letters, absolutely not. There's no way I could do that. Ugh. Even one of those experiences where you're over glass looking down. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's making me sweat.
Yeah, not for me either.
That's it. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for your dispatch. We're waiting for yours now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, another young person is the first to do something. And this, honestly, is actually impressive. What do they do? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Come on. Heart our stuff. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
One new accident being reported, Point Siena Boulevard just south of Reeves Road, causing delays. And I-4 is just a mess right now. Eastbound stop-and-go traffic for a very long time due to an earlier accident after Osceola Parkway. And westbound just east of State Road 535 as authorities are cleaning up the mess. From the traffic center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter to Miami's best beaches and resorts with Brightline's new train service to South Florida. Enjoy spacious seats, free Wi-Fi, and hourly departures from Orlando with stops in West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and more. Groups of 4 or more save 25%. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy, Don, from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family. That's right. Every single weekend on Saturday mornings, you can catch that mortgage guy, Don, and his crew answering your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. And if you're busy on Saturday mornings, that's okay. You can listen to all the informative episodes right there on his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Or, of course, wherever you download podcasts, just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy, Don. Now, Don, he's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know it works. He has your best interest in mind. And that is important, especially considering the chances being very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
During the Jeep Wrap-Up the Year event, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep brand vehicles. 10% or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Overland, Compass excludes Sport, Grand Cherokee excludes 4xe, Laredo, Grand Cherokee All excludes Laredo. 15% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Sport, Compass Latitude, and Renegade. Not compatible with lease offers except Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 1/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Are you dealing with tooth pain? Don't suffer in silence. Advanced Endodontics is here to help. Our expert team offers state-of-the-art care and is dedicated to helping you find relief. We specialize in root canals and have 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, and you don't need a referral to make an appointment. Visit IneedARootCanal.com today. Don't delay. That's IneedARootCanal.com and take the pain away.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart, it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition smart bed. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ready to unleash your music genius? Create your own songs in just a few swipes with a brand new Hype app. Whether it's hip-hop, rock, or electronic, the Hype app lets you effortlessly create and share your own music. Get creating. Then listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air. It could win you $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com. Hype. That's HYPH. Or on Instagram at XL1067. Watch out, Music World. Here you come.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7 plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The best certified pre-owned selection with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Sutherland Nissan Orlando has it.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall. Whatever.
Where there are so many absolutely brain rot politicians, just the worst of the worst, people that don't represent the average person, people that are just engaging in stupid culture war stuff, people who are wasting time when we have actual problems that we could fix. You got to give it to them when they can come together to do something that seems like the right thing to do. Doesn't happen often, but this in front of me is just coming across. They said, breaking, a bill has been introduced in the House and Senate that would prevent hedge funds from owning single-family houses in the United States.
All right.
If you're questioning, wait, why would a hedge fund own single-family houses in the United States? Not only do they own a lot of them. These hedge funds gobble up all these homes as an investment and just sit on them. And there's been discussion about there's neighborhoods where like a good portion of the neighborhoods are owned by hedge funds. Nobody is even living in them. And it artificially drives up the price of housing for folks.
Very tumbleweed vibes in some of these neighborhoods.
Yeah, right. It's a little slower than it should be. They said this is a bicameral bill. Anybody know what that means? Bicameral?
Both parties?
That's right. Both sides of the Capitol are agreeing on this. Would force hedge funds out of single-family homes. And it's introduced by a Democrat from Oregon, Jeff Merkley, and Adam Smith, a Democrat from Washington. But this has bipartisan support. Does bicameral mean in the House and the Senate? Is that what it means? It might be that. I think that's what it means. I think bicameral means it's being worked on by people in both the House and the Senate as opposed to bipartisan.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Two chambers. Camera makes chamber.
This should be bipartisan, too. So BDMXCon says it'll never pass. Probably because there's so much damn hedge fund money in these politicians. But
exactly.
The hedge
Aren't
funds,
lobbyists a lot of hedge fund people?
Oh, boy. Anybody with that much money is lobbyists on K Street in Washington going crazy. They've got people who are in the ear of these politicians. And the idea that I would think if you asked almost any American on the street, like, should hedge funds be gobbling up inventory of single-family homes where nobody gets to live in them and it artificially drives up the price of homes in the market? I think that most people would say, hell no, we don't want that. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't be a thing. A house should be owned by an individual, a person, or an estate even. That's fine. But this is something that's going to be bad for folks who are just trying to get a house out there. They said in every corner of the country, giant financial corporations are buying up housing and driving up both rents and home prices. It's time for Congress to put in place common sense guardrails that ensure all families have a fair chance to buy or rent a decent home in their community at a price they can afford. How are you going to compete with a hedge fund in buying your house? The act, if passed, would force hedge funds to sell at least 10% of the total number of single-family homes they currently own to home buyers every year for a 10-year period, which is also very smart, so they don't just flood the market with these houses. After a 10-year full phase-out, all hedge funds will be completely banned from owning any single-family homes. The argument for the ban is to meet investors' return expectations, hedge funds and other investors maximize profits by imposing high rent increases, inflating fees, and delaying home maintenance and improvements, which diminishes the quality of housing over time. I'm for it. What say you? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. A couple of things I wanted to touch on before we hear from you with your dispatches. One thing is, I remember this week, I think it was this week, perhaps it was last week, he'll clarify in a second here, when the news came across and T-Lane's like, are we going to talk about Shane MacGowan dying? And I'm like, I didn't know much about this guy. Like, I had heard a little bit about the Pogues before.
Very loved in the music world.
Oh, my God. Have you seen the stuff they're doing for his funeral in Ireland? Like, this guy might as well have been the damn king over there. This guy was insanely popular. There's like tens of thousands of people in the streets to celebrate his send-off here. And
I got to tell you what, though. You saw the same thing when it came to Sinead O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't the main singer of the Cranberries also pass away? And it was like a huge funeral procession that we were not aware of?
I don't remember that. There very well could have been with both of those people because the Irish, I guess,
star-studded funeral.
Is it not? That's what I'm talking about.
Johnny Depp, Bono, and Bob Geldof all giving readings at the funeral.
Right. And the people were just lining the streets like this was the most famous guy in Ireland. And I just feel bad now that when the story came across, I was like, I'm not really familiar with this guy. I haven't heard a lot of these songs that he sings, like Dirty Old Town. But man, there was
That's
mourners
an old traditional country song.
There was mourners in New York City. There was mourners in Dublin. There was all over the place, this guy. They were sending him off. That is pretty damn impressive. Speaking of impressive, before we check in with you, there is a California teenager that has become the youngest person to pass what test?
Guess. Oh, damn it.
To pass the bar.
The bar is correct. The first teenager ever to pass the bar exam in California. If Moses comes in later, we'll tell him about this and see, like, how big of an accomplishment is that? I know it's hard. I know many people fail in the first 1, 2, 3 times that they take the bar, but this guy was 17. The previous record was 18 years old, and now he's the record holder. Peter Park is his name. It says, it was not easy, but it was worth it. It required discipline and strategy to pass the bar, and I made it in the end. I'm extremely blessed to have discovered this path, and my hope is that more people will realize that alternative paths exist to becoming an attorney.
Sounds like a 90s TV show.
Yeah, that's Doogie
Next
Howser's
on Peter Park, teen lawyer. All right.
It is very big Doogie Howser. Can you imagine that? I can imagine Sabrina's reaction to that. You go to the court and your attorney is there and you're like, you're my attorney?
How many trials have you had? Can I see your diploma, please?
You can't even buy beer. You're not allowed to be my attorney. What the hell's going on here? 18.
Buy you a case of beer if you can make sure I don't go to jail. Thanks.
Hey, if he was 17 and he passed the bar, could he act as an attorney before he's even 18 years old?
That's a Mo question.
Yeah. What if they were like, hold you back because maybe there's like an age limit?
I think like once you pass the bar, though, you still have to have, and I forget the term for it, but have like, your residency. Like you have to work for a law office or do your public defender, and like what place is going to hire you if you just turned 18 years old?
Yeah. When you're a little kid, well, you're a teenager at the least. And we'll ask that to Moses a little bit later.
Those seems all like questions that we just pretend nobody has to answer on Peter Park, teen lawyer.
Good luck, Peter Park. Do your thing out there in the courtroom. Okay, let's go over to you and see what's going on.
You guys going to be singing that song all day.
Now it's stuck in my head. Okay. DeLand Man has a dispatch for us.
Hey, News Junkies. I hope you had a great week. It's going to be a good weekend. I just wanted to say one thing about the sort of Glass Heights experience. I am terrified of heights, and I do not love the idea of falling from anywhere, much less that high up. People must be bored if they feel like that's exciting to them. I traveled to Hawaii one of the various times I have over the last few years with my family, my wife and my 2 kids. And as soon as we landed, we took a direct flight from Orlando to Honolulu on Hawaiian Airlines. They no longer do that flight. It's almost 12 hours. As soon as we got on the ground, we were very hungry. We went to the Ilikai Hotel, which is where we were staying, and we decided to go to the very top of the hotel, to the restaurant, which is on the 30th floor. The hotel's maybe 26 floors, I think, at the highest in terms of the rooms. You have to take a glass elevator on the outside of the hotel to get there.
Yes.
And I could not even open my eyes. I'm squeezing my younger son's hand to death. Oh, not a good way to spend the first day in paradise.
I don't know.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
I think I might be able to get through that one. That would be kind of cool to be in a glass elevator on the side of a building in Hawaii and just take in that view. That would be fun.
Is the floor glass?
I don't know. You didn't say. But if it was, that would make me more scared, obviously. But if it was just like all the walls were, floor to ceiling glass, I could be with that. That would be kind of cool to just see Hawaii like that. Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? These boots were made for walking, but apparently Christmas shoes were not. Rappa Sauce Waka is in the hot sauce, if you would like to call it, after trading the walk part for a high-speed police chase. Plus, this week in news that will remind us of our impending doom. Yay! All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 70s. Mostly cloudy skies with pretty light winds out of the east. Now we are monitoring the chance for an isolated sprinkle, maybe a quick shower or two, but it's at 20% coverage, meaning not everyone's going to see the rain. We remain mostly dry for your Saturday, but shower and thunderstorm chances will be on the rise by Sunday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No. Scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese, or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but 2 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid when product served.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY, lifelock.com, promo code CLAY.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. $6 for your favorite classic hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the news.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. We talked about this stupid tweet yesterday where a guy was talking about television shows, and he's like, name a TV show in the past 15 years that shows a married couple with or without kids, where the man is painted as the provider, leader, and well-respected by the family and peers. The man is intelligent, has his house in order, and cares about his health. Oh, wait. Finally, somebody came up with a great answer, even though I think the proposition is stupid because that would make for the most boring television show ever. It's a sitcom. They thrive off of the chaos in their characters' lives, and that's why they're funny. This person wants a very serious show with no laughs, I would guess. But somebody responded, and they said Breaking Bad. And I said, oh, that actually kind of makes sense. So married couple, right? Mm-hmm. They have a kid. The man is painted as the provider, the leader. He's well respected by his family and peers, right? The man is intelligent. Of course, he's intelligent. Has his house in order and cares about his health. Of course, he cares about his health. That's one of the central things in his life. So this person said, I'll wait. Maybe they don't have to wait any longer.
Yeah, but he didn't care about his health until he found out he was dying. Spoiler alert.
He did have those bloody coughs. That's what really threw a wrench in the machine for him and changed everything. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
This is the most upset I've been since my wife died.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans radio show that you can tune into every single weekend and get your questions answered live on the air. If you get mad at Sean for not playing your dispatches, well, you can get on Real Radio by listening to the Home Loans radio show. But you also get the questions answered, the ones that you have about refinancing or buying your first dream home. And that's with working with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 60 years ago on this day, 1963. Sean, you remember this?
I was not alive.
It was a 19-year-old version of this guy.
I was not alive.
It's my favorite part. I could say, like, it was 400 years ago. Sean, you remember this?
No, I
you have to
wasn't
remind people you weren't
alive. It wasn't me.
This guy right here, it was, Junior. It was the junior version of this guy.
Frank
Sinatra, yeah.
That is correct. And Frank Sinatra Jr. on this day, 60 years ago, he was, and they're using kidnapped in quotes. Mm-hmm. He was kidnapped on this day from Harrah's South Lodge in Lake Tahoe. Now, after Frank Sr. paid a ransom of $240,000 in marked bills.
Ransoms were
Police
cheap back in the day.
Yeah, you ain't getting that for $240 or $240,000 these days.
What? Okay, and maybe someone can do the math real quick. If it was 1963, $240,000, that has to be close to the million mark, right?
I think it would be
in 2023.
I think it would be over $1 million in today's money. Yeah, see if you could find that out, Sealand.
They say police arrested.
1963 and how much?
It was $240,000 unmarked. Oh, I'm sorry, they were marked bills. I don't know if that makes a difference in
I
inflation.
need to know if they're marked or not.
It's not in the equation.
$240,000. That was what Frank. Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It would be a lot now.
And all for nothing because, according to reports, the police arrested 2 ex-classmates of Frank Jr.'s sister, and then it was later discovered that Frank Sinatra Jr. had cooperated with his abductors in the sinister plot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, any ideas, Dylan?
Wait, is that true? I don't remember that part of it. Because I remember, like, the person, his son got kidnapped. I remember them paying up. And they used to talk about how he always would keep coins in his pocket.
He was buried with dimes in his pocket.
Yeah. So he could, like, call, in case the kidnappers called at any point in time, he could call them back. And there was a lot of stuff with that. I don't remember that part.
With dimes in his pocket? You can't make a call with dimes anymore.
Well, you could then. Yeah. Everything was cheaper then, man. It was a whole different world.
Yeah, ransoms, phone calls.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world now, too. Now, there's a Japanese idol group that is unfortunately breaking up, so we must bid them adieu.
How do I say?
They go by Setsuna Meteor.
Oh, I love Setsuna Meteor.
I knew you did, Sean, and I hate to bring you bad news on the weekends, but it was a 4-member group, and they've been performing for so long, but it turns out after the 5th anniversary concert, they have announced to their fans that they will be disbanding within a year.
Oh, no.
And the reason is they're getting too old for this.
Ooh.
So when you hear something like that, this group is too old for it. What would you say the age range
It's going to piss us off, isn't it? It's going to piss us off.
Yes, it is. It's going to piss us off.
They're pulling the Murtaugh way too early.
Man.
So instead of guessing the right answer, just think like when you hear it, and you don't include us getting mad about it, what would you say? Our time is done. We're getting too old.
I'm trying
that
to think
range.
of what the cutoff point was for the Menudo kids when they would rotate them out of the band and they get a new fresh face in there so that they stayed young. I'm going to say the painful number that will hurt our feelings for them to get out of the band is 25.
Man, I was going to say the exact same number because I was going Leonardo DiCaprio girlfriend rules.
Right.
Well, both of you guys are right on the money because they say the youngest member is 24 years old.
Oh.
And that is too old. Now, the other members, 33, that is Yua and Rurun. And a 25-year-old Mona will be the first member to depart from Setsuna Meteor.
Yeah.
So the entire group in their 30s and some in their mid-20s are now deemed too old to be in a band anymore.
Mona is my favorite, too. This is really disappointing news for me today.
I know, but we'll still have their records, right?
I guess so. I'll have to listen to them later.
Speaking of records, great segue. This guy right here. Bum-ba-na-num.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is right. Over 5 decades after what?
It was close.
Michael Jackson was going through puberty around this time because they're going to release the first ever studio demo that he ever recorded.
Oh, that's cool.
It is very cool, with the exception of it will be released on blockchain.
Wow, that's stupid. Everything with blockchain is like overdone.
I thought we were over that. I thought that we realized that was very dumb and no one was doing it. But here we are with Big Boy. That's the track title. And that will be digitally published through the blockchain music platform, Another Block, and accessible through the platform's player alongside images of the master tape and song stems. It will be available for 4 days as both an open and a limited edition.
Mm-hmm.
What does that all mean, man?
It's an open...
Can't we just get a damn CD?
And limited edition. That's what it is. It's both of those things at the same time. I love listening to all the old school. I heard a song yesterday from Jackson 5. And if you listen back...
ABC?
Yeah, if you listen back to like ABC from the Jackson 5, it's so funny when you start paying attention. Michael Jackson's microphone was up to like 10, and everybody else's microphone was on like a 3. Like you could barely make out. You could just hear Michael Jackson.
Like our show.
So loud. So loud. Turn me up louder, Sealand.
Turn me up louder too, please, Sealand. Could turn me up louder, please?
Just one fader for both of you today. So
True.
I cannot.
All right.
I could turn myself up.
Anyway, guys,
It sounds
cool
good
now. Good now.
Our levels are perfect now.
So, gosh, I only have so much time, and I'm feeling extremely old. So how about we feel extremely poor? It turns out this gal not only getting Person of the Year, not only getting Forbes #5 most powerful women, but also going to be making $100 million on one streaming platform alone.
Jesus.
You guessed it.
Taylor Swift. Holy cow.
Was that too high?
No. I'm just saying she made that. She made that much from one streaming platform.
Yeah, it was. Turns out $100 million off Spotify this year alone.
What the hell is that?
She generated. I have no idea. I'm just reading it like phonetically. It's Spotify.
I hear that this Spotify thing is just riddled with viruses. That's the rumor that's going around.
No good. You know what isn't riddled with viruses, Sean?
What's that?
iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. I love it. I'm the number one fan.
Absolutely free.
Mhm.
Right in the palm of your hand. Zero viruses, 100 million songs and artists right in the palm of your hand. So download iHeartRadio. You can even listen to this podcast and the show live by downloading it. Cut, print, send the air check. So she made 100 million off of Spotify after generating 26.1 billion streams on that platform. That means she's going to pocket 100 mil. She also became the first person to have the 5 top 10 albums at the same time.
Wow.
She takes 50% of the top 10 albums.
So a little bit
that's
excessive.
all that. And then we have this guy right here who is also on that streaming platform. And he's been using his Spotify Wrap to thank Spotify for giving him enough money to make a nice sandwich.
All right.
He says, so from the bottom of my heart, thanks for your support. I'll take a look at this really quick. I just want to thank all of you for your support. I had over 80 million streams on Spotify this year.
Damn.
So if I'm doing the math right, I earned $12.
Nice. There you go.
So he can get himself a nice sandwich at a restaurant. I saw a lot of people kind of going against Spotify because everyone loves to post their raps for the end of the year, and then the artists remind you that they don't get anything for it, but here you are promoting.
Yeah, it's a genius marketing move for Spotify to do the like rap end of year. Here's what you listen to. Here's how much time you spent on this, blah, 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 all of that good stuff. But I have heard so many musicians say the same thing where they're like, they don't pay crap. It doesn't matter how many millions and millions you get of listens. So that's why I was surprised that Taylor Swift was getting that much from Spotify. She must be like a third of their listening, for God's sake.
Was it Spotify or was it another platform that she spoke out against give artists more money?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember that.
It was a couple years ago now.
She's actually not going to be able to spend all that money.
Why?
Why? Say that one more
She's
time.
actually not going to be able to spend all that money from Spotify.
Why?
Because she's dead.
Nailed it, guys. Really high-end stuff here.
Hey, to think that we're in 3 different places right now, I think is very special.
Yeah, right.
I think people just caught on
Take
to
that, Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
This guy right here also making the same amount of money as Taylor Swift from Spotify based on a new deal he signed with a particular network.
Guy Fieri.
That is correct. And his reign as the mayor of Flavortown continues. Now he can be, I don't know, putting in the works for Flavor Country because he just signed a $100 million deal with Food Network.
Damn.
This new deal is going to bring Fieri through his 20-year mark of being a Food Network personality. He sets the terms for the continued production of diners, drive-ins and dives, Guys Grocery Games, and Tournament of Champions. Also cements his status as the highest paid talent on the Food Network roster with the $100 million grand total, granting him $20 million more than the last multi-year deal he signed in 2021.
Those are just the shows that they're airing new episodes of, I think, because they're constantly rerunning that ranch kitchen thing that I don't even know what the point was. It's just like him and his friends all cooking a bunch of stuff.
Because Guy Fieri can go, hey, I'd like to make a show. And they just go, do it, dude. Whatever you want. You want to hang out with your friends? Go for it.
I wonder if there's a Twitter account like that MTV one that shows you how much ridiculousness is in any given week. I want one for the Food Network to show me just how much Guy Fieri there is.
He's on a lot.
And you know what? With all that money he just signed on, he can get 2.5 million flame-covered bowling shirts with that.
Nice.
Someone did the math. He could also get 50 million containers of hair wax. He can get 1.4 million officially licensed Guy Fieri Halloween costumes and so much more. So congratulations to all the rich and to all of the super famous. On the boob tube, you better Google it. But most importantly, I hope you have a great weekend. Follow me on Instagram, follow your dreams, and most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. We got This Week in Florida on the way in just a moment. Yesterday, I played the audio of the president of Penn University, and it was like a hostage video, basically, where she was going, I'm so sorry for what I said. I should have been more forthright about saying that this was against the rules and Penn University to say that you were calling for the genocide of the Jewish people. This was the whole thing that happened in Congress where they had all the presidents of these universities and they were asking them, is it against your rules and your handbooks and all that stuff to say that you're calling for the genocide of Jewish people? And nobody would say yes, right? They all were like nuanced and they go, it depends, this, that. And they hemmed and hawed. And it was a bad look for them. And now there's two of the people that were at that hearing who may end up losing their jobs. They've got pressure on them to lose their jobs. The Penn lady, who I told you yesterday sounded like she was in a hostage video, we now know that she got this letter. I've got the letter right here in front of me that was sent to her after her performance in Congress. And it says, we write on behalf of our client, Stone Ridge Holdings LP, regarding Stone Ridge units now valued at approximately $100 million donated by Ross L. Stevens to the University of Pennsylvania. And they say, we're going to pull the $100 million investment we have in this university because of the comments of the president. And it's like, wow, okay, this is starting to pile up here. They're putting pressure on a lot of these universities to get things in check. And at the very least say, you shouldn't be out there saying you're going to genocide a bunch of Jewish people, because you wouldn't let that happen with any other group of people. And you've showed that in the last 5 or 6 years. All right, when we come back, This Week in Florida, C-Lane is going to do it. He's got all kinds of stories ready to go for you.
Bunches and bunches.
Including a sexy update he was telling me about. There's
I wouldn't call the update sexy, man. We're talking about sexual assault here.
Oh, good. Well,
maybe you're confusing that with the nude he sent you?
No, he did not send that to me. Thank God. Please don't do that. I did get an update on the dead guy, though. From
He's alive?
He's alive. He's alive. He started moving. So everything's okay. We're doing good. And we'll get to This Week in Florida. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
2 new accidents to report at this time. The right lane is blocked. John Young Parkway southbound at State Road 50 Colonial Drive. Also a new accident being reported. Greenway southbound approaching the beach line. If you see something out there we should know about, please call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 1-866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Uni, a product of ePass.
Sometimes during the holidays, it's hard to contain my excitement. Like right now, I'm supposed to tell you to sign up for ePass and get a free toll sticker at getepass.com, and you're entered to win $100 in tolls. Details and contest rules at getepass.com. And good luck!
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassie's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
During the Wrap Up the Year sales event at your Ram dealer, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500 models. 10 or 15% below MSRP depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 1500 excluding TRX, Ram 2500, and 3500. 15% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab, Laramie Crew Cab, and Ram 1500 Classic. Not compatible with lease offers or with with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 1-2.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida.
It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal.
Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sick of paying $100 for groceries and getting nothing but eggs, orange juice, and a paper bag? Then download the Drop app. Drop lets you earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-price service and a brand new iPhone every year. And most importantly, listen to this, you get the benefit of Boost Infinite's new technology that selects between its own network and the other two major networks, so you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one else can do that except Boost. So head to boostinfinite.com today. That's boostinfinite.com. You owe it to yourself to learn what the folks at Boost have to offer. Again, that's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless is the only carrier built for the next 50 years, not the last 50. So one more time, right now, go check out boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Why settle for one network when you can have three? See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get $16 adult sweaters and $12 sweaters for kids. Right now, grab this season's cozy sweaters for only $16 and $12. But hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 12, 9, and 10. Select styles only.
When you want to give the gift of Wawa, a digital gift card is an easy way to send it near or far. Just visit Wawa.com, pick one of our festive card designs, enter your card amount, and write a message. You can choose to have your Wawa gift card show up in their inbox instantly or schedule it to arrive at the right moment. It's like magic. Buy a digital gift card today and give the gift of Wawa to someone you love. Happy gifting and happy holidays from Wawa. This season calls for giving more than just a cup of cheer. It calls for
Wawa's Frosted Sugar Cookie Iced Coffee? Sweet.
A peppermint cookies and cream smoothie? So smooth.
Guys, we might have gotten you the same thing.
Oh, good. That's what I wanted anyway.
Give joy this season with Wawa's handcrafted holiday beverages. Happy sippings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Celebrate the season with Orlando Harley-Davidson, home to the largest new and pre-owned inventory in the state of Florida. Looking for something specific? They've got it, or they'll find it for you. Whether you're an experienced rider or a first-timer, Orlando Harley-Davidson has the perfect ride for you. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a sneak peek at their massive inventory, or stop by the Orlando Harley dealership today, next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennia. Make your holiday season unforgettable with Orlando Harley-Davidson.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This
It's going to take us on a ride, and we'll see what happened in Florida this week. But real quick, I wanted to touch on this. I don't like where the future of doctors is headed. I don't like where the future of medicine is headed. And there's so much out there about AI. We've talked, obviously, about ChatGPT and all that good stuff. But now they're talking about the new AI-powered doctor's office that you're going to be visiting. And I am a solid no on this. Here's what they say from Axios. They say, now coming to a mall, gym, or office building near you. This is what it's going to be like in the future when you're not feeling well. A self-contained doctor's office powered by artificial intelligence where you, the patient, draw your own blood and take your own vitals. Because why not? They said the traditional annual checkup is being disrupted by various tech-heavy ways, from telehealth, which is good to have, to concierge medicine, which is good, the care pod, all that kind of stuff, and now DIY health clinic in a box. And this is a company called Forward. They're installing what they call care pods around the country with the hope that people will visit them regularly for preventative care and specific concerns. Are you going to go into a pod and draw your own blood?
Yeah, and then is someone going to check up on that pod when I've been passed out for 2 hours?
Right, you got the needle in the arm because you've missed 500 times?
Somewhere there's a heroin guy going, easy peasy.
I've got this under control. They said after buying a $99 a month membership, the patient uses their phone to unlock the door. They sit in the chair inside, and they run through a series of health apps. You could do a biometric body scan, have your DNA sequenced, and test for hypertension, kidney disease, and heart issues. And then your results are reviewed by doctors off-site, or you could talk virtually with one of them. But you got to take your own blood inside the care pod, and I don't know about that. That
seems like a horrible idea. And then tell me that you have to do all of that your own, and you still have to pay a ridiculous copay.
Full price, yeah. We're going to charge you all the monies for this. I've had a bunch of nurses who can't even figure out how to get the blood out of my body. I don't want to do this myself. I'm going to die. I don't want to die in a pod.
You don't have good veins, Sean?
My veins are pretty good, but the last time I went there, I don't know if it was me or the lady, but she could not get the damn blood out of me. I think it took her like 3 tries or 4 tries, for God's sake. All right, C-Lane, you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. That means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. It's This Week in Florida. It's brought to you by Just Call Mo, justcallmo.com. Injured on the go, justcallmo.com. And this winter, things are changing. Things are changing for a particular protected species.
Oh, yeah? What's that? Which one?
And that is the manatees.
Oh, the manatees. Don't mess with the manatees. They'll toss your ass in jail.
They will, but they're also telling the manatees to just go suck it this season.
Okay. Who is doing this?
You see, for the past 2 winters, Florida wildlife biologists have experimented with feeding lettuce to hungry manatees along the state's east coast in the Indian River Lagoon as the animal's natural food source, seagrass, has declined because of pollution. This winter, though, they said, the buffet's over, guys.
Oh.
You're on your own. Wildlife experts say there are two main reasons for that decision. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, there is enough seagrass in Mosquito Lagoon where manatees linger during the colder winter months. Part of the massive Indian River Lagoon stretches along Brevard and Volusia counties. And there are no signs that manatees in the region are in a poor or compromised body condition due to a manatee die-off that began in 2021.
Oh, really?
So basically, for the last couple of years, they've been feeding a bunch of lettuce to these manatees. But then they started dying. So they're like, you know what? There's enough food for the ones that are left. No more lettuce for the manatees. You're on your own.
I feel like manatees are getting pushed out. I don't even know. Are they like the same level of endangered that they used to be? I think we talked about this the other day, and they weren't.
No, that was eagles.
Oh, you're right.
The eagle was not endangered. The manatee is like the little engine that could if it were a fat sea creature.
Yeah, they are big, dumb animals, but there's something about them, you know? We like to take care of them. We don't want to feed them lettuce anymore, though, I guess.
Do you ever get, do you guys, both of you, ever get upset when you witness somebody that gets to do something really cool, but you know they can't appreciate it? And I'll give you the, I'll give you the example of like a baby flying on a private jet, and you're like, oh my gosh, this baby just gets to grow up flying on private jets. You don't know how special it is. You didn't grow up, you know, going on Spirit with people with parachutes attached to them.
Those people are very fortunate, but they don't know what they got in front of them. They can't enjoy the opportunity.
Well, I feel the same way about 52 sea turtles that have been flown via private jet from New England to Florida because they're experiencing cold stun.
Okay. Yeah. So like the turtles are too cold and they want to bring them to a warmer climate so they can feel better?
They are, and they're snowbirding them down here to Florida. 52.
Okay, but why the private jet? You can't throw that on a commercial flight?
Yeah, Delta or something can't bring those suckers over here?
It's a pretty decent question, but we'll dive in. 52 endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtles suffering from cold stun are rehabbing at 4 facilities after a flight on a private jet from New England Aquarium in Massachusetts. Must be nice turtles. They arrived in Tampa on Tuesday. 16 were sent to Clearwater Marine Aquarium. Officials said in a news release all of the turtles were experiencing a condition known as cold stun from the frigid New England waters.
Now, I don't want to start anything here, C-Lane, but you are really coming after the animals in this week in Florida.
It turns out you don't like endangered species, C-Lane. How
2 in a row, you're coming after the animals. Is the next story about the animals?
Jet ride.
I understand that you're upset about that, but I'm just saying, if the third story is anti-animal as well, there's a pattern going here.
Let me go. Let me look through the stack and see if I got any more. Just one more. Make it a hat trick. It says sea turtles are cold-blooded reptiles and adapt to the temperature of their surroundings. During prolonged exposure to icy water temperatures, their circulatory systems slow down and they're unable to swim or function properly. That sounds sad. But the turtles will continue rehabbing at the aquarium, where guests are welcome to visit and watch their journey, and eventually they'll be returned. But, like, get them a bus ticket or something.
Yeah, isn't it crazy, though, how differently the animals react to this? So we just learned the other day that if you have a tortoise, and people who have tortoises, they put them in the refrigerator during this time.
We did learn that.
Do that.
It seems really weird, but for the tortoise in the winter, you put them in the refrigerator, and it makes them start going into this hibernation process. And sometimes people will look at that and go, what are you doing? You put the tortoise in the refrigerator. What's going on with you?
Right next to what? Cupcakes, cream cheese?
Yeah.
Bagels?
Right there in your refrigerator. And it just seems like it's very out of place.
The latest story that I heard this week that is part of Governor Ron DeSantis' whole war with Disney has me scratching my head because a lot of people who read this story or hear this story probably find themselves in a similar situation as the people that are part of the new Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board,
right?
Something like that.
The Reedy Creek District replacement.
Used to be Reedy Creek, but they Ron DeSantis came in and he made it to where he could appoint and just put 5 of his friends on the board and then go crazy on Disney. And the latest thing they've done is, I guess, apparently, and I'm not surprised, employees of the Reedy Creek Improvement District got free access to Disney parks.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It adds up. They're like working with them and stuff.
They're borderline Disney employees, even if they technically weren't. But they're partnered up enough that they got free access to Disney parks and like discounts and stuff.
It seems a little bribe adjacent, though. It does feel.
That's what some of the DeSantis camp is saying, that's a bribe. But it's like, this is part of. I mean, if you work for Disney, you have free access to Disney.
Is it a bribe? That's one question. Is it a perk? It's definitely a perk, right? But
hell yeah, it's a perk.
Like the bribe would imply that it's having an impact on the decision making that goes on there, which maybe it does, maybe it does. I have no idea.
Well, they won't have to worry about that anymore because they got rid of that perk.
Oof.
And not only have they got rid of it, they've told employees of the former Reedy Creek Improvement District that you remember all those annual passes that we gave you and your families previously. You were never paid any taxes on those, and we're going to need that money. It's to the tune of $2 million combined dollars that these people now all of a sudden owe the IRS. And I go, wait a second. Did they put monetary value on the annual passes that came as a perk to these people's employment?
I guess so. I saw this story about how they owed millions in taxes. I did not know this is where it came from. That doesn't seem fair for them either. That seems screwed up.
If you are the employee if you work for Universal Studios, I used to work for Universal Studios.
Yeah.
You have access to the parks, but I guess that's sort of something you need for employment, right? But you also get comp passes to give away to your friends. We didn't get taxed on the comp passes.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
You can't come.
Maybe we didn't.
Imagine this. Imagine all the perks of, let's say you work in an office and they go, we're going to allow for you to have free lunch out of the cafeteria. We're going to allow for you to do X, Y, and Z. And after the year goes by, you see that you've been taxed the monetary value on all that stuff. I don't think that's how it normally works. Or if it does, then I just had no idea.
It just seems unfair, and it seems like something like you should be made aware of. I mean, my wife has a Disney pass available to her as part of her job. You don't put a monetary value on that. We're not getting taxed on that.
Oh, you better watch out, man. You might be stumbling into something here.
She's not good at taxes.
Don't say that. What are you doing?
She got to change some. She got to go to HR.
She's great at taxes. Her taxes are perfect.
They're not going to be if they start going after these people that have the free passes. But,
True.
Anyway, that's going on at the tourism board, who just met, and weirdly enough, Bridget Ziegler was not in attendance because her husband has been accused of sexual assault, which we learned last week on This Week in Florida. And now there's apparently video of the alleged sexual assault. And that is of Florida GOP Chairman Christian Ziegler, who, this is the story we had last week where previously him and his wife, the wife was part of, what was that organization, Sean? The Mothers one?
Oh, the Moms for Liberty or something?
Moms for Liberty. And Bridget Ziegler, she's now on the board of this tourism district thing that they replaced Reedy Creek with. And they had previously had a threesome with this friend of theirs.
I got a photo of her right here in front of me.
Oh,
This
Bridget
is the lady.
Ziegler?
She was one that was having a threesome with her husband and somebody else?
Yes. And the somebody else is now accusing that husband of rape.
Ooh.
And what they're saying is, like, the whole thing was they were going to have a threesome again, and Bridget couldn't make it, so the lady backed out because she wanted Bridget, not so much the husband.
Right.
Which, that's kind of a slap in the face to the husband. And she's alleging now that the husband showed up at her house anyway and, like, got into her, walked into her apartment when she opened the door to let her dog out and then sexually assaulted her.
Wow.
Now,
all right.
Now they're saying Sarasota police have recovered cell phone video taken by Christian Ziegler of his sexual encounter with the woman who has alleged that he sexually assaulted her. Other video they got looked like he knocked on the door and she opened the door and let him in, which no dog no dog encounter was part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the video she says some things, and now the lawyers are going, I don't know if she has a case.
Oh, boy.
A former Florida sex crime prosecutor who now represents victims in cases like this said the video evidence, if accurately described by Florida Trident sources, could amount to an insurmountable obstacle to a successful verdict in the case.
Are they saying what's in this video? Like, what is she saying in this?
Man, this is tough to dance around. The video of the sex act is brief in duration, and the victim can be heard telling Ziegler where to
put it?
No, where to
finish.
conclude.
Yeah, where to finish.
And it's not something that sounds assaulty. It's something that sounds like, hey,
assaulty.
Well,
hashtag.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, man. Okay, so that's going to be hard to fight for that legal team for sure.
According to the lawyers, they say we would need to know more, but if the video shows even what appears to be consensual sex, it'll be very difficult to get past for police and prosecutors. So that's going to be something that people are following for a while. Let's see, a video showing a Palatka teacher knock out a student's front tooth. Man, you got to find the picture of this. Look up James Bellamy, Bellamy, 41 years old, was arrested on child abuse and battery charges. And the kid...
This is like his third strike, is it not?
I think there was a couple before, but the kid that posed for this picture looks like he is ready for a payment.
Yeah.
This toothless dude. You got it?
I'm trying to find the photo of him without the tooth. I'm just seeing some of the news stories. I'll tell you if I get it.
He posed for
just like put the mouse over his actual picture where the tooth would be missing.
I mean, it's a front tooth. So, like, it's very, very obvious that this kid got whacked by this guy.
Security video shows the son was hit by Bellamy while playing basketball. First, he, just chucked the basketball straight at his face and then elbowed him in the tooth and knocked it clear out. And last but not least, This Week in Florida, these people are assholes, but I don't know why. I just like this story. There's a South Florida home that's been known for a while for its over-the-top Christmas lights. Kathy Hyatt and her ex-husband, Mark, every year they're trying to go better and better, and they were like the talk of the neighborhood for their over-the-top, crazy Christmas vacation-style lights. It turns out they've been squatting for 15 years.
Oh, my God. All right.
Her ex-husband, Mark, died in 2020, and they were squatting in the Plantation, Florida home for 15 years. According to legal documents obtained by People from the Broward County Property Appraiser's investigation, there was never a title on the property. It had a forged deed, and so they were able to just dazzle the neighbors and become little, small-town famous for their Christmas lights. But they didn't pay a dime to be there. And that's it for This Week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. When we come back, we've still got a lot to get into. We're going to be joined by you with your dispatches. We'll also be joined by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. We got some legal questions for him that we've stacked up. And when we return, they just found something in space. What is it? Well, I think it's going to surprise you. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
As we gear up for a Friday afternoon, only 2 accidents to report, both on 417. The first southbound approaching Beachline, exit 26. Cleaning up an earlier accident northbound in Seminole at exit 52. I-4 seen its usual slow-and-go traffic east and westbound between 27 and 535. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Cyber Monday is Dell's biggest sale of the year. Get limited time deals, free shipping, and huge savings on laptops like the XPS 13. Engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Sick of paying $100 for groceries and getting nothing but eggs, orange juice, and a paper bag? Then download the Drop app. Drop lets you earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
Hey everybody, if you have a FlexSpin or HealthSpin account, maximize its benefits for your LASIK procedure at the Filatowski Eye Institute. The team at the Filatowski Eye Institute has successfully performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures utilizing the latest state-of-the-art technology, offering 24-month interest-free financing. Exceptional eye care is accessible. Don't compromise your vision. Choose the Filatowski Eye Institute for unparalleled expertise and cutting-edge technology. Text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to clearer vision today.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, Wassey'sMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com.
Just moved into your new home with an alarm system that's inactive or needs updating? SafeTouch is ready to provide you peace of mind in 3 days or less. Call SafeTouch 844-324-2900 now. License number EF2001945.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts Holiday Gift Guide is here. If you're struggling with gift ideas, we have several options for gifts under $20, like a digital tire gauge, screwdriver sets, LED work lights, and more. Our professional parts people will help you pick out the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
All year, you've sang, danced, and listened to your favorite artists in the free iHeartRadio app. Introducing iHeart Rewind 2023, presented by State Farm. A personalized experience featuring the music and podcasts that brought you joy in 2023 straight to your inbox. Plus, we're sharing what made your neighborhood move by highlighting the top artists, songs, and more in your home state. See the soundtrack to your neighborhood at iHeartRewind.com. Thanks for listening with iHeartRadio in 2023, and Happy New Year from us and our friends at State Farm.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
A lot more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. And that's where you can send us dispatches, where you can join us today on the show. We'll get to those in a moment. But one thing I wanted to run by you, Sabrina and C-Lane, just to see like if I'm in the right spot here and set some expectations for everybody out there. If you're flying, right, you're on a flight, you just went to Ireland not that long ago, and Sabrina, did you have like an iPad with you to watch TV or movies or whatever?
Yes. I mean, we had the screen, but on the flight back, which was the long one, that was like the 10-hour flight, and the in-flight entertainment system was not working for like the first 4 hours of it.
That's not good. Yeah,
that was not good. But I was very fortunate to have the iPad with me. I had previously downloaded everything just in case Wi-Fi was not available. And then once I was ready to go, I went to put in my AirPods that were also left in Florida. So that's
just play
where
it
I
out loud?
landed.
That's one place where we could start here. Did you play it? Is that acceptable for somebody to play an iPad with the sound on while you're on a flight, or is that rude?
I think it is very rude because we did have another passenger who did do that. I decided not to play anything at all.
It's on some planes, flight attendants will yell at you for that. I was definitely on that quick trip I took to New York just to see Billy Joel and then head right back. Those were value airlines with some take no prisoners flight attendants on there. And this one lady was like, headphones or nothing.
Yeah, I like that. I want somebody enforcing this stuff. So here's the question I have, because there was somebody this weekend who got really, really lambasted, yelled at, and judged on for what she was watching on a flight. She was flying from Bali to Australia, and she said somebody sent up a note that was handed to her saying that what are you doing here? Why are you watching this? And it's wrong of you to watch this on the flight. And she said the movie that she was watching, tell me if this is inappropriate to watch on a flight, Magic Mike's Last Dance is the movie that she was watching while she was flying.
Oh, we talked about this. I watched it on a flight.
You watched this on a flight too? There's no nudity in the movie, right?
No, there's no nudity per se, but it was available. It was my flight from Beyonce when I was leaving Atlanta. I watched that from Atlanta to Orlando, and it was available, so I watched it.
So if it's on the plane and it's available, there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Precisely.
Just like we talked about, and we had listeners chime in and say, I've been on a flight, and I definitely watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and they did not censor any of the scenes that might seem a little
edgy,
little kind of R-rated.
A little too much for the people who might be looking over the seat, who might be next to you, might be a little kid somewhere.
But that's on them to not look over the seat. What blows my mind is that those entertainment systems don't have like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, you can only see it if you're looking straight on, but if you're off to the side of it, it's kind of faded out.
I know what you're talking about. They would have that with monitors, like even in the workplace. You can put this like tint thing on it, so if you're staring dead on, you could see the screen perfectly, but at any side angle, it's like a privacy feature where it would make it so you couldn't see what was on there. I can see, though, while like if C-Lane's sitting in his seat, right? And he's watching something that I think is offensive or like over the line, and I wouldn't want my little kid seeing. And my little kid is like in the middle seat, and he could see the screen through this. I could see a parent being aware of that and being upset by that. But that's on the airline. If you want to put Magic Mike on the airline's videos that you could watch, then people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
And if they do,
and I did.
You're getting mad at them for watching it. It seems weird to me.
Don't send me the note. Send it to complain to the flight attendant about it, or get on Twitter and complain to their customer service. If it's available for me to watch, why am I the bad guy for watching?
I agree 100%. If it's on there, you've judged that it's fine to watch and that it's okay, and that anybody clicking it isn't doing anything wrong.
And then where do you draw the line, though? Also, because I watched Magic Mike, The Last Dance, and that was like sexually inappropriate, I'm sure, for little kids. But then I also watched Jojo Rabbit, which had Hitler all over it.
Right.
Is that inappropriate? There's
Yeah.
other Last of Us. The first season is available, and there's a lot of gore. And is that inappropriate for children?
That's
so,
the
like,
thing.
at what point do you draw the line?
Every parent is going to have a different line. They're going to go, here's the stuff I'm comfortable letting my kid be exposed to. And then some of this stuff is just unacceptable. Like, as a parent, I would be probably on the extreme side of this. When Dylan was little, I didn't care if we were watching a rated R movie. I didn't care. As long as it wasn't like nudity or any kind of sex scenes going on. That kind of stuff I would fast forward through, and I wouldn't necessarily make a big deal out of it. But other parents are not like that. Other parents will be like, in this household, until you're 13, we only watch G-rated movies.
Yeah,
I wasn't strict.
I wasn't allowed R-rated movies for the most part, and even some of the PG-13s, there would be stuff that my parents would fast forward through. I'll tell you what. I mean, now you can just look it up and see, you can Google and see what's in it and where.
Sure.
But I remember at one time, I don't know how I convinced my dad. Maybe I just didn't tell him it was R-rated and he wasn't paying attention, to rent Time Cop. And I was like, hell yeah, Time Cop.
We got it.
He's like, there's a lot of cursing in this. Well, I don't know. And then there's a scene where the guy's like VR banging a chick. And he goes, is this R-rated? Like,
as a kid, you're like, yeah, you don't want to tell anybody about that. What do you think? Is that inappropriate? If the airline is offering it, it seems like that is enough to suggest you're allowed to watch it on the flight, at the very least. Let's see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. In fact, let's check in with a couple of those. I did want to share with you the story about something that they found in space. And I did not know this was missing, but for 8 months, there was a tomato missing in the International Space Station. And all of the astronauts were feverishly looking for this tomato. And rest assured, folks, stay calm. They found the tomato in space. I know you were worried. I know you were upset about this. It was a dwarf tomato that was part of some project.
They're called little tomatoes now. Thank you, Sean.
This says Red Robin dwarf tomato. And it was a 1-inch wide tomato. And finally, they found it. It floated away when one of the astronauts was trying to eat it, actually. And they had no idea where it was on the ISS.
There's only so many places it could be in the space station. How long was this thing missing?
It was missing for 8 months. And they just finally found the missing tomato on the space station.
Did it smell?
I don't know what they did with it.
Would it be kind of like bad?
I'm not sure. Maybe it lasts longer in space. We want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch today. We will get to those very soon on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm will be joining us in studio. See if I can get any of those questions ready that we've had over the course of the week, and we'll drill down on them and see if we were good lawyers or if we really screwed things up. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
I don't know why I put up with you. You suck. And I don't want to be married anymore. And then he'll be like, but you want my paycheck coming in here, don't you? And then she goes, if you don't shut your mouth, I'm going to stop cleaning the bed sheets when you S in them.
Oh.
And he goes, hey, shut up.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
Would Bill Belichick fetch a first-round pick if traded to another team? 5 years ago, definitely. Maybe 2 firsts. Today, no what? Bill can't find a quarterback post-Brady. Can't develop skill players. Not open to change. His record without Tom now is 83-100. With Bill, what are you getting? A football historian who appears to be tone-deaf offensively and past his prime. I'm Colin Cowherd.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Folks, the weekend has arrived, and it's time for you to treat yourself, and you're going to do this by going to Primrose Lanes. It's the perfect place to watch the game. Why? Do you have a 130-inch 4K video wall? because Primrose Lanes has a 130-inch 4K video wall, and they have some of the most amazing food I've ever had in Orlando. For that and many more reasons, go check them out. This is an entertainment complex. You can eat, you can drink, and they have top-of-the-line food and drinks. You can watch any kind of sporting event on that 130-inch 4K video wall, and you can bowl in the Primrose Lanes. Go over to their website, peruse that menu. You're going to fall in love with something before you go there. I know you are, and you're going to have a blast at a beautiful, beautiful place to hang out and enjoy food and drinks and good times. PrimroseLanes.com.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's the best of the best year-end event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This year's best inventory at our best deals.
The Renegades. Sticks. The Jukebox Heroes. Foreigner. With very special guest, John Waite. Saturday, July 20th, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Sticks and Foreigner. The Renegades and Jukebox Heroes Tour.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
Very easy. You don't have to wait on the phones or anything. You can just send us what we call a dispatch and do that over at thenewsjunkie.com. We've got a lot on deck today, and our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is with us. Hello, Moses.
Good day, Sean.
Look at the outfit this man is wearing, Sealand.
Wow.
Look at this guy's outfit.
I would say dress for the lawyer you want, not the lawyer you have.
Yeah.
So I put my face on everything.
He's fully decked out in the Cinco de Mayo Mo shirt. Well, it's not a shirt. Is it?
It's a full tracksuit.
Is
sir.
it?
I mean,
Is that all one piece or?
No, separate.
Oh, separate. Okay. He's got the full Mo tracksuit on in the studio here, and looking on point. But before we get into all the jury duty questions and all of that good stuff, Moses, are you a video game guy? Do you ever play video games or no?
I play Nintendo, the original NES.
That's the classic right there.
Up to Super Mario 3 these days.
After that, they lost me too.
Yeah.
I was never able to stay up with whatever the latest game was. I think Sabrina's the only one out of the 3 of us that plays video games. Other than C-Lane, he plays like some bootleg stolen thing that he has where you're playing video games from like the 90s or something on there.
I mean, that's what sold me on starting up video games for the first time since I was 12, was that Nintendo Switch had all of the old school Super Nintendo and N64 games.
Right.
But now I'm on that Last of Us kick, and I love it.
Right now, the big one is Grand Theft Auto, even though it doesn't come out for like 8 million years. You're not going to see it anytime soon. But the launch of that this week and the trailer that they dropped, I don't know if you saw that, Moses.
I don't think I did.
Many crimes taking place.
Oh, you missed out.
In the trailer for that. And there was so many people who were like, this is obscene. This is, there's illegal activities taking place in this video game.
Yeah,
and you
exactly. Don't friggin' buy it.
Hello and welcome to Grand Theft Auto. How did you not know about
It's in
this?
the title.
Yeah, I mean, it's named after a crime, for God's sake. There's going to be crimes in this. And we had our friend, a friend of the show, I should say. I don't remember if you met this gentleman or not, but Joker Gang is what we called him. Some people call him Joker 305, I think. And
Sounds vaguely familiar.
You would know, though, because his whole
the
face.
tattoo guy?
Yes,
Yeah, I remember him.
His entire face is tattooed like the Joker.
He
came to our event at one time.
Yeah,
we talked to him a bunch on the radio. You probably didn't hear it, Moses, because we had to dump him every 2 seconds.
That's true. He cursed a lot, and he doesn't understand that there are rules on the radio.
I mean, he's the Joker. He doesn't follow the rules.
I don't know what I was expecting from it. The man has the Joker tattooed on his face. So
based on the number of mugshots, he doesn't understand that there are rules, period.
and so there's a character in Grand Theft Auto in this trailer, Moses, that it looks like him. All right. Now, the character, instead of having green hair, has red hair. Instead of having the exact same Joker tattoos, it has like a little bit of different tattoos. But if you put them side by side, it seems like maybe, since it's supposed to be, the game is supposed to take place in South Florida, maybe he was the inspiration for that. What does somebody like that do? Because he went out, he had been off of his Instagram for a long time, and he launched a new video, and he's like, I'm coming after you, Grand Theft Auto. You're stealing my likeness. Can he do anything, or did they make it? I'll show you the difference between the two so you can see for yourself.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to is, how close are they? With lawsuits involving likenesses, It's all about how close did they copy it. So something can be inspired by something else. And this is a little bit even more complex because his own likeness is inspired by the Joker.
That's
which
true.
Is, a trademarked character. So, if they change it enough, there's probably not a whole lot they can do or that he can do. But if it's an exact copy, then there might be something that he can do.
Yeah, I'm trying to show you a good side-by-side. Let's see, Joker GTA. Because it was pretty clear to me that that's what influenced them. But on the other hand,
his Instagram page might have both.
Might have, okay, hold on. This might have it right here. Hang on. Give me a second, C-Lane. I got to change this thing. So,
right. The messages were up again, weren't they?
No. There wasn't messages on my phone this time. It was just that there was a bit of a technical issue, but I got it. So here's the person that's in this video game, Moses.
Stop blocking their ads.
I'm trying my best.
Okay.
This is the guy. Now, do you know what Joker Gang looks like? Or let me give you a refresher.
Yeah, give me a refresher here.
Joker Gang.
Do Twitter.com/JokerGang305.
I got him right here.
All right.
So this is the guy that we think this is inspired by. He has a lot more face tattoos. He has green hair, and he's got a different look to him. But it's similar, and it seems like maybe this was where this came from. Do you think that's different enough that they'll get away with it?
I think it's different enough. I mean, they changed it around enough where it's not the exact likeness. Like you said, it could be inspired by it, but it's not using his likeness for their own benefit. They just maybe saw him and said, hey, let's create a character like him.
Yeah, man, that thing blew up this week online. So many views for that trailer. That's going to make them a boatload of money.
And since it doesn't come out till 2025, the only thing that people can do with the trailer now is just analyze every frame of it.
Yep.
And trying to see where in Florida it's from, and so they found a map somewhere of where you're going to be able to go, and there are some people saying that Orlando makes like an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like just based on the map, and there's a Cocoa Beach, and I mean it's all kinds of stuff. But they're going to have to be waiting quite a while for any of that gameplay.
That sucks, man. They're talking about this way too early. I wish they would have kept quiet for like 6 more months.
Well, I got to do something. It's been 10 years since the GTA 5 was released, September of 13.
That's true. All right, let's go to the list of questions we built up over the course of the week, C-Lane, and we try our best to be armchair attorneys. We are bad at it. So Moses corrects us. First things first, Mo. We had a story today about a new record holder. A 17-year-old in California just passed the bar.
Okay.
When you hear that, is that impressive to you? Or is it like,
Well, I think California may be one of the states where you can take the bar without going to law school. I could be wrong, but there are a few of those states left. So, I mean, if that's what this person did, it's certainly, the California bar is not easy. So I don't know if they passed it or not. But, if you sit for it and you study, he might be able to pass it.
In all these other states, they make you go to law school?
Most states, you have to go to an accredited law school and graduate to be able to take the bar.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that you could just take it and people could learn this stuff themselves. They could, like, self-educate. But if he's 17, it used to be that you had to be 18 to take the bar in California. I think they changed it. But if he's 17 and he passes the bar in California, can he just start getting clients? And
he could. I mean, you should go practice with somebody else and learn what to do.
Is there not a requirement, Moses, to like be a public defender or work under somebody, like much like a residency or being an intern somewhere, or you technically could just start practicing law?
You can just, lawyers gone wild. You can just go practice.
Man, that's...
Moses, next year, I think you should give the three of us the bar exam and see who you would hire.
How hard is it? Is it like very specific things about cases that are important?
It's just a mind cluster of a test. It is a hard
You're
test.
not allowed to say.
You do have to study for it.
How long did you study? Well, you went to law school, obviously.
Yeah, but then you still study for 2-3 months for that thing.
Yeah, I've heard people...
Months?
Oh, yeah. How many questions are on the bar? Do you remember?
Well, it's 2 days. I don't remember how many questions. One day, the second day, I think, is full essays. I think the first day maybe half essays, half multiple choice, or maybe it's all multiple choice. I can't remember.
My God. So then if you fail that, you have to go through the whole process.
And they only give it twice a year, so you have to wait 6 months.
Oh, man. That's a lot. All right, Celine, what do we have on the list of questions for Moses?
That is a good question.
Does that mean you didn't put anything on the list?
No, it means I just put a fry in my mouth.
A bunch.
We do have some questions for him.
Now,
I know we do.
Our main thing that we talked about this week that we wanted to ask Moses was about Josh Giddey, the basketball player from Australia.
Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
Okay. Moses, go ahead, Seelan.
He was accused of hooking up with an underage girl, and I think he said he figured it out, or he found out later that she was underage, so he knows. But we had a bunch of questions about if somebody is underage. How do you verify that? Like, is it on you to check their ID? What if they have a fake ID? Would he just be totally screwed on that if she showed him an ID that says she was 18, even though she wasn't?
From the laws and stuff that we brought up, that Sealand was bringing up while we were talking about this, it seems like it's no excuse. Like, you have to go, like, you have to get an ID from them, make sure the ID is not fake. Like, if you are doing that and they lied to you, that is no excuse. You're still breaking the law.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the laws in Australia, obviously, but in the U.S., typically...
The case is in California.
I thought you said Australia.
No, he's from California, from Australia.
Yeah, I mean, typically in the U.S., that's not an excuse, like you said. I mean, it's kind of strict compliance, strict liability. If even if they lie to you and they're underage, you can still get in trouble for that.
That's crazy to me because and we brought that to another level, right? What was we expanded this into bars, right?
Yeah, somebody one of the dispatchers claimed that somebody got acquitted of a charge like this because they met the person at a bar. And so they had every expectation that the person would have been ID'd to be allowed into the bar and allowed to be drinking, and that they had to be 18. And we were like, if this happened at a bar, would you be able to hold the bar liable because they were supposed to, for any damages, because they were supposed to ID you and not let you in if you're not 21?
Well, it's going to depend on the circumstances. If they used a fake ID, then the bar would basically say, look, they had a reliable fake ID. We looked at it. We did our due diligence. We thought they were 18 as well, so we're a victim here as well.
How does that work for the bar, but not for the individual?
Different laws.
Oh man, it's because it's a sexual thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they've got.
So, what would you suggest, Moses? Like, if someone's in that situation, and it's a question of how old they are, like,
don't put yourself in that
photocopy
situation.
their ID.
I mean, it's not a good, it's not a good
Stay away
situation.
from
I
it.
mean. That's all you can really do.
The toughest part of it is when you have somebody, in his case, he was 19 years old.
Right.
So he's an NBA player and stuff, but he was right out of high school. And he's 19, and he's dating a girl that he thought was 18 or of age, but she was actually, I think, 15 or 16 at the time.
Oh, really? I thought she was 17.
It's in those years where you're at the end of your teenager.
A lot of states have passed those Romeo and Juliet laws because of that kind of stuff, where somebody's 19, 17, that kind of stuff, or 18, 17. I don't know what California has on that, but because of these issues, obviously there are people in similar age groups who are hanging out, and things could happen.
Right.
And there were some people who were became sex offenders because they were 18 and in high school and had a relationship with someone who was 17 or 16.
That's crazy. We want to hear what you think about this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. One thing that I wanted to add to this, Mo, was here's how this went. This young girl started posting on social media, and she's one of the things said, like, I slept with this basketball player, and it had photos of him. So we know they were together. We know they were in the same room, and she took pictures of him. She took a video of him, I think, after he was asleep, and they're in bed together. So a bunch of different things like that. And that's how this story started to eke out there. And he looked incredibly comfortable with the person he was with, like he might have thought that they were of age or that he just didn't care that they were not of age. But the thing that happened was right after the police in California started to investigate, the girl and her family stopped talking. They don't want to talk to the police. They don't want to talk to anybody. They're sad about what this has done to his career and him. And if the victim, the girl, is not talking and her family's not talking to police, will this just crumble and he gets away with it, or what?
They'd have to have some sort of other evidence to prove the case. And typically without the victim in these types of cases, it's going to be very difficult to do that. So, ultimately, if the prosecutor is going to prove the case, they have to take the case to trial and they have to have evidence to do that. Well, without your victim here, how are you going to prove that this occurred? Because I assume there was nobody else in the room who can witness it, essentially.
Right. Yeah, that becomes the problem there, I guess. And
a lot of people are like claiming she got paid.
It looks like it. We don't know if she did or if she didn't, but when somebody shuts up after putting the kind of allegation out there.
Hush money for a reason.
Right. And there's nothing illegal about that, huh? That's one of those
Well,
things to
I
me.
mean,
like Diddy's situation.
You, Moses, talking about hush money wearing that suit is
all the credibility in the world.
Oh, the highlight of my day.
I mean, if it's done properly, you can do settlement agreements that have confidentiality clauses. Typically, you can't pay somebody not to bring a criminal action, but sort of the way around there, the way most of these settlements are worked is you settle the case for, they have some sort of claim against you for battery. You're going to settle that case. And as part of that agreement, they're going to agree not to testify.
And they can't talk about it.
They can't talk about it at all. So there's a confidentiality agreement.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on right now. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more with Moses DeWitt. If you have any questions for Moses, now's the time to send those over as dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com, whatever your legal questions may be. He's here to respond to those. Also, we're going to talk about what happened to Keanu Reeves because this is unacceptable. We cannot allow for this. This needs to be stopped, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's a Real Radio sports special this Sunday when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Adding to the I-4 westbound delays, we now have an accident just east of State Road 429. Still cleaning up that accident at 417 northbound just as you hit exit 52. And US 27, an accident reported southbound just after I-4. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Orlando Harley-Davidson. Visit OrlandoHarley.com.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Hey creators, it's your chance to be heard. Always dreamed of making your own song? Now you can with just a few swipes on the Hype app, where you can effortlessly create music, share it with friends, and join a community of real musicians. Listen to Johnny's House on XL 1067 for a chance to hear your Hype song air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the Hype app at XL1067.com. That's HYPH. Or follow XL1067 on Insta.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January. Because, mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Ingersoll Rand, and Metaltech in-store or at northerntool.com.
The voice of American music, Willie Nelson and Family. Saturday, February 17th at the Apopka Amphitheater. New album, The Willie Nelson Family, out now. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss Willie Nelson and Family live.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low price service and a brand new iPhone every year. And most importantly, Listen to this. You get the benefit of Boost Infinite's new technology that selects between its own network and the other 2 major networks, so you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one else can do that except Boost. So head to boostinfinite.com today. That's boostinfinite.com. You owe it to yourself to learn what the folks at Boost have to offer. Again, that's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless is the only carrier built for the next 50 years, not the last 50. So one more time, right now, go check out boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Why settle for one network when you can have 3? See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Join the Monsters on Friday, December the 15th at Enterber Irish Pub. It's in Maitland at the Sheraton Maitland. It's a big celebration of a great year with the Monsters, and we're going to raise as much money as we can for the Coalition for the Homeless. We're going to have all kinds of talent on stage. We're going to have Monster T-shirts for you. It's going to be a party. There'll be all kinds of specials like mimosas and Bloody Marys, and it's at Enterber Friday, December 15th. It's going to be a great time at the Sheraton Maitland. Join the Monsters for a live broadcast from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's Enterber Irish Pub.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get $16 adult sweaters and $12 sweaters for kids. Right now, grab this season's cozy sweaters for only $16 and $12. But hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 12, 9, and 10. Select styles only.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
.com. That's the newsjunkie.com. And, of course, the podcast links are all there to subscribe on iHeartRadio. We appreciate you doing that. We appreciate you sending dispatches and adding content to the show. We'll get to those in a moment. We're hanging out with our friend Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Hello, Mo.
Good day, Sean.
You look beautiful. He's in his tracksuit, his Mo tracksuit.
Can we get a full body shot, please?
Sure.
For those watching on the stream?
Just for you, Sabrina.
I was in the middle of a segment when he walked through the door in this.
Wow.
I was like, that'll catch your eyes.
That's good. That looks thick.
That'll bring in.
We only
Talking
do
about your
high quality merchandise.
It is
yes,
very
that
high
too.
quality. I like that. This is the best thing I've seen since the bag with the very same image on it, which people raved over.
That's a fantastic bag.
It's one of my favorite travel bags that will be making its way to New Orleans this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to need some pictures of that.
Yeah, you're making the rounds. Okay.
Now,
Sean, you
legal
and I...
question real quick for Moses.
Oh, go ahead.
If I put illegal things in the Moses DeWitt bag.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Does she drag you along with her?
She's trying to, Sean, and I don't appreciate it.
It happens, though. Hold on one second here. We're going to get to your dispatches in a moment. You can send those over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Sean and I have been doing this little thing, Moses, when you're in studio, where we fight over who gets to turn your microphone on.
Yeah,
it's
so sweet.
It's not something we've ever acknowledged or said anything about. It's just we'll both go for the button, and we can see that the others pushed it, and it's just back and forth.
Well, if I do it, I feel like I got a little victory out of it. I feel better about things. From time to time, it could be. So there was an attack on a beloved American institution in Keanu Reeves. I cannot believe that this has happened, but here we are regardless. Now, thankfully, Keanu was not home at the time, but they did rob his house. One thing that surprised me was I thought I've heard before that they're like, oh, Keanu just has like a very respectable regular
I've heard
house.
that before too, yeah.
Like he doesn't flaunt his wealth. The house that I saw that they said they robbed, it was Keanu Reeves' house. It was a $9 million house. All right.
I mean,
Okay, and from what I understand with Keanu Reeves, sorry, Moses, is that no one knows what the inside of his house looks like. I thought he was one of those celebrities that everyone can maybe see what the outside looks like, but no one's ever seen inside.
Yeah, very true. And I think he obviously did that on purpose.
I do know that we talked to somebody when we talked to the guy that wrote John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
He actually was able to get inside Keanu Reeves' house.
Yes. He said he had been over there, he had visited him, and now he's followed up by these robbers, masked thieves that raided his home this week on Wednesday. Police responded to an anonymous call about a possible trespasser at the Star's property at around 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening. When officers arrived on the scene, they conducted a search and found nobody there. However, police returned to Keanu Reeves' home around 1 a.m. after a security alarm sounded on his property and alerted them. When they arrived there, they saw multiple men in ski masks who were smashing a window and entering the property. So it sounds like some damage done there. And thankfully, Keanu Reeves was not harmed.
He's like, hey, guys, hey, stop robbing my house, man.
He's so chill. I like him a lot.
And that concludes my Keanu Reeves impression.
Hey, I think it sounded like him. I think you were in the neighborhood that time. One thing that we were going to talk about, and Moses, help us out with the legal side of this. We talked about a guy, it wasn't Bad Bunny, it was...
Good Bunny.
No, what's his name? Daddy Yankee. No, it's Daddy Yankee.
Daddy Yankee?
Yeah.
Bad Bunny.
No, Daddy Yankee's the one who said he's retiring and he's going to, like, be a Christian.
It was me that said I thought I heard it was Daddy Yankee, but it was Bad Bunny.
All right, we've got this all over the place.
One of those
now.
reggaeton guys.
Let me correct this, okay? It was Daddy Yankee who announced his retirement from music, and he said he's going to go on to be like spreading the word about Jesus Christ and stuff, right? And when we were like scratching our heads trying to figure out why he would announce his retirement, he's not that old, he's got a lot more in him. We learned that there is a lawsuit that could upend his entire genre of music. And it was because there was like one beat from this song a while back. And the song was a reggaeton song. And now the band that wrote that is like every single one of these reggaeton songs uses our beat or a similar beat. And they want all, that one right there, that noise right there. They want all of the money to this. These cases are becoming more prominent. Do you think that is because other musicians are hearing about other lawsuits, or do you think there are attorneys out there who are trying to scoop up these cases?
Well, in these cases, I think it probably is more of other artists who, feel that they've worked hard and, they think somebody got popular or made a bunch of money off of their riff or beat or, part of their song or whatever it may be. So I think in the education that these lawsuits are going on, I think it's kind of spurred a lot of them, from coming out of the woodwork and filing these lawsuits.
Because there wasn't nearly as many.
No, at least not that we heard about, right? I mean, there could have been some, and I think there have been some over the years, but they weren't nearly as publicized. I think also now people are fighting back against them too, which is why we see them in court. Where before they may have just paid out, quick settlements to get the people to go away.
Yeah, there was a couple of them where the people just rolled over. Like I think Robin Thicke did that. I think in his case, he just kind of said, all right, fine. And he takes the loss and lost a bunch of the rights to one of his biggest songs. I don't know if that was Blurred Lines or another one, but
I think it might have been.
Those cases started to come out, and more you saw people go, hey, I'm going to sue these folks. I'm going to go after these folks because that's big money.
Yeah, wasn't there one against Vanilla Ice back in the day, too?
I don't know if there was a suit over that. I do remember that story.
They didn't sue?
Yeah, they were like too gentlemanly to sue or something like that. They were like, no, we're not going. But that was like blatantly ripped off.
Oh, 100%. Actually, I would argue that if any of these cases are stolen music, his is so clearly, Vanilla Ice is so clearly stolen from Queen that it doesn't make sense to me that wasn't an issue. But maybe was that never fought out? Did he never give up any of the rights to Queen?
I think you have to sue for it to be an issue. It's not like a crime where the cops are going to knock on your door and be like, "Excuse me, sir, we just heard stop, collaborate, and listen."
No. Look up Ice Ice Baby on Wikipedia. It says songwriters Robert Van Winkle, Mario Johnson, Brian May, David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, John Deacon, and Roger Taylor. So they're credited as songwriters.
Yeah, but I think that happened more recently. Like, I think within the scope of our show, there was was that the Verve getting finally?
No, it was I remember seeing some interview with Vanilla Ice that was along the lines of, it sounds just like it, but we did this one other thing that made it unique.
Yeah, it's a symbol. He goes, theirs is dun 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 dun, and ours is dun 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 dun. Ding. So different, so unbelievably different.
Completely transformed it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's buying that. It says the song's hook samples the bass line of the 1981 song Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie, who did not receive credit or royalties for the sample. In a 1990 interview, Van Winkle claimed the two melodies were slightly different because he added an additional note on the end of the fourth beat. In later interviews, he readily admitted he sampled the song and claimed his 1990 statement was a joke. After representatives for Queen and Bowie threatened a copyright infringement suit against him, the matter was settled out of court. So they did end up getting some ownership of that. We want to see what you think. Join us on the show. As always, we'd love to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right,
I'm gonna have to edit out that dun 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 that you did, so that we don't get the copyright infringement.
No, it was so close, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
when you added the extra duns, it changed the game.
Here is Guitar Slinger joining the show. He's got a question about a music lawsuit.
So there was a case earlier this week that these guys were discussing, Mo, about music copyright.
Oh, he's going to say the same
drum
thing.
beat. And my question was, it came from a drum machine, and if they didn't write the beat, they used one of the presets that came from the factory. My understanding is basically a mechanical license agreement, but I don't think they can copyright that drum beat because they didn't actually write it. It came with the drum machine.
So he's saying,
what's up with that?
If somebody buys a drum machine and then they make a song using all of those samples that are in the drum machine, can they claim that they've got ownership of that?
Well, probably not. But, when you buy that drum machine, there's probably some sort of license that comes along with whatever samples are in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they may be fair use. I mean, that may be part of purchasing the drum machine, or maybe fair non-commercial use. You'd have to read what the actual license is that you're purchasing and what you can use it for. But unless you're transforming that, then you can't copyright it as your own.
Yeah,
obviously.
you have to create something unique.
Right.
All right. Let me go to a couple of questions for you, Mo, and see what we got here. The usernames are always strange to throw at you, but this is Hot Summer Days, Sexy Cancun Nights with a question for you. Let's see what they said.
Hey, Junkies, question for Mo. So I'm a truck driver, and a lot of times you get stuck. As you know, as a truck driver, you have to sleep in the back of the truck, and sometimes you're at a truck stop for a day and a half or so. And I was wondering what the legality was with having a beer in the back of the truck. I'm on private property. I'm not driving. Technically, that's not that's a sleeper berth is what it's called, and you're not.
It's a good question, actually.
You're not driving. I don't know. Just always wondered that question. Thank you.
What is he allowed to drink there?
I mean, it's a good question. Typically, if you're within the reach of the vehicle, if you're inside the vehicle and you're under the influence where you could put the keys in the ignition, you could still be charged with a DUI, even if the keys are out of the ignition. That's why they always say, put the keys in the trunk or something like that. The other issue, of course, would be open container laws. which still could apply. It's going to depend what state you're in and what those state laws are. But, if you want to err on the side of caution, I'd say, technically, if they wanted to get you for it, they could probably get you for it.
Plus, I would think in a semi, they want to keep those things running as they're sitting there. So the keys might
still be running.
Yeah, they could be in the ignition, causing another problem. Tater Hog has a question for you as well. Let's see what they say.
What's up, junkies?
Hey.
What's up, Moses? Hey, quick question for you, Moses. So I'll try to make it quick. My last felony I got was in 2010. Been clean, no issues ever since.
All right.
What does it take to get those expunged, or at least to get my rights restored?
I hear a lot of people ask about this.
To have my Second Amendment rights and all that stuff restored, and never heard a single word about it. This was probably 2 years before COVID was even a thing, and I have never heard anything about it. So,
all right, so we've had a lot of people ask about this, and basically the story is generally, I was found guilty of something. I had a felony on my record. I want to get my Second Amendment rights restored. Is this a really hard thing to do, or, what should I do moving forward?
I mean, it really depends on the specifics of what you are convicted of. Certain crimes are eligible for expungement. Certain crimes aren't. Certain crimes are going to be much more difficult to get your Second Amendment rights restored on. But either way, you have to file a petition. You have to go through the whole process. I typically do recommend hiring an attorney for that. Even if everything goes well, it's usually a pretty long process, a year or two. But first, before you even begin that, depending on what you were convicted of, you want to see if you're even eligible.
What kind of things are not eligible versus eligible?
Well, I mean, you can imagine more violent crimes, crimes involving firearms, involving guns, domestic violence involving guns. All of those are going to be more difficult or not be eligible at all.
So if you have a charge like that where it involved a gun, is domestic violence or something, you are just not going to be able to get that Second Amendment right restored in most cases.
It depends on what you were actually convicted of.
It comes down to the details of the charge itself.
But either way, typically, they're going to be less likely to approve those types of cases for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just a lot of people who have been in that position who are dealing with that. I didn't know that it would take that long. You're saying over a year it would take to battle against that, but that's probably why so many of these people have questions. All right, last one for right now. Here's Rhino Love. Hello?
Hey, Moses. I have a question about something that actually happened this morning. I was driving to work near Disney, and on Disney property, a woman came up next to me raging on the person in front of them and was moving them out of the way. So I was a little concerned and followed this person. And she did it to other people, and I honked at her to challenge her to settle down and not go.
Wait a second. You honked at somebody to get them to settle down?
Oh, that has never calmed me down.
That's a different kind of honk.
When has that strategy been successful?
If you do a light honk, you do like the outside wrist, and you go, hang, hang.
Even the meat.
Just like when you're indicating the light is green. Hang, hang.
I know what you're talking about.
Down.
At night, every night, I pull my car up to Forrest's house and I just lay on the horn, soothe him right down to sleep every night.
Yeah, that does never, ever worked. We're going to go back to this dispatch from Rhino Love and their question in a second, but we did want to say happy birthday to Forrest, because today is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
The lovely Forrest, the radon cowboy. You know him, you love him. And today, how old are you today, Forrest? 37 today.
Oh.
It looks a lot younger than that.
The radon keeps you young.
Yeah, and he's still worried about how successful Moses is for his age.
I mean, I'm wearing a tracksuit with my face all over. It's not going that well.
Yeah, I also see what he's working on for you. Something that's coming up, which looks very, very fun. This one I might need put up here somewhere in the studio when that's done.
A DeWitt fleshlight?
Oh, no, it's not that.
Why do you always go to the fleshlight? Every time.
Because it's funny.
He hasn't gone to that just yet. Oh, let's go back to Rhino Love.
50 miles an hour on Disney property, and she opened up her window, gave me the finger, and threw a full water bottle at me, which hit me and my car. So my question is this a felony? Because I called 911 and they said it was, but they weren't going to pursue it? Question mark? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hopefully you'll take this call.
What do you think, Moses?
Yeah, I mean, it can, throwing a projectile missile from a vehicle to another moving vehicle can be considered a felony. It could also be a battery, since it hit the person, it hit the actual person, not just the vehicle.
It's always hilarious to me that the legal term is missile for this stuff.
My friend in high school or middle school maybe got arrested for throwing an orange at a cop car. And, of course, since it was the cop car, they threw the book at him. But it was like he got charged with throwing a missile.
At a police car, of all things.
Makes it sound much more serious.
So what should you do here?
Well, I don't know why 911 said they wouldn't do anything or wouldn't respond or do an incident report or whatever it may be. So there might be some more details to that we're missing.
Are they required to do an incident report if somebody calls them?
I mean, I don't know if they're required to, but if it seems odd to me that 911 would say, or the dispatch operator would say, they're committing a felony, but we're not going to do anything about it.
Sure.
That seems a little off to me. Obviously you should get the person's, license plate number and stuff like that, and hopefully do a report, and hopefully they'll follow up with it.
Whenever you hear a story like this, and I'm not coming down on you, Rhino Love, I promise. This is coming from a good place. I promise you. But when somebody tells you about their encounter with somebody who is road raging, I always feel like they really soften what they did, and then they really agitate what the other person did. Like, she was like, I lightly pressed on my horn to show them that I was not happy with what was going. It's like, did you really? Or was there a little more aggression here? There can be felony road rage.
I shot a few bullets at them.
Yeah, I pulled the trigger so gently when I fired those out.
That's why they call it a double tap, not a double punch.
Sure, yeah. We want to make sure that you are able to get your questions through. So right now, if you have any legal questions for Moses, maybe you got in an accident, maybe you got injured at work, now is the perfect time to send your question over, and Mo will just tackle that right here on the show. In 2024, we're going to do this and open the phone lines back up just to give you the resource of Moses DeWitt. Yeah, to be able to directly connect with him and get your questions answered. Right now, fire off those dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll run them by Mo next. Also, we got to talk about the United States phenomenon of shopping malls and something that has changed them forever. Can this be fixed? Wait till you hear about this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Bot free since 2008. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Just one new accident to report at this time. Osceola Parkway at John Young Parkway causing minor delays. Still clearing up two accidents. One westbound I-4 just east of exit 101 and US 27 southbound just after I-4. If you see traffic troubles, call us at the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line. 1-866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Ron Way.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Hey, huge end-of-the-year savings going on right now through the end of the month down at Nations Trucks. That means no payments for 3 months and financing available for up to 96 months with approved credit on every truck in stock. And they got a great selection to choose from. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC. Nations Trucks has got them all. Lifted trucks, work trucks, diesels, 4x4s, whatever you're looking for, Nations Trucks, they're going to be able to hook you up. So visit nationstrucks.com today. Check out their amazing inventory on the website, or just go down and see those beautiful trucks in person. See them in Sanford, 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
It's the best of the best year-end event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This year's best inventory at our best deals.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Celebrate the season with Orlando Harley-Davidson, home to the largest new and pre-owned inventory in the state of Florida. Looking for something specific? They've got it, or they'll find it for you. Whether you're an experienced rider or a first-timer, Orlando Harley-Davidson has the perfect ride for you. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a sneak peek at their massive inventory, or stop by the Orlando Harley dealership today, next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennia. Make your holiday season unforgettable with Orlando Harley-Davidson.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Rebath. You know, any company that has great products and great services does not need high-pressure sales pitches, and Rebath does that. No high-pressure sales tactics. You will never be in a must-buy-right-now situation with Rebath. And there's no pricing games either, like other companies that start super high, then drop the price in half immediately if you buy today. It doesn't work like that with Rebath of Orlando. Still the only company that does full, complete bathroom remodeling, top to bottom, and they do it right the first time. Always stay in tune with their website for brand new designs. That's RebathMidFLA.com. In all my years of endorsing this company, I've never had a complaint. And there's a reason the big box stores choose Rebath for their bathroom remodeling business. This is a national brand that stands behind what they say and what they do. Rebath of Mid-Florida's reputation is so good, there are companies mimicking what they do and claiming to be with them. That's not true. Do your research and ask questions. Don't be fooled by imposters. Get with Rebath of Mid-Florida. Showroom 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Hop online and check out the before and afters at RebathMidFLA.com.
Sure, any two slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll, perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats and cheeses, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aioli, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made fresh just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. Gotta have a Wawa. This season calls for giving more than just a cup of cheer. It calls for
Wawa's Frosted Sugar Cookie Iced Coffee? Sweet.
A peppermint cookies and cream smoothie? So smooth.
Guys, we might have gotten you the same thing.
Oh, good. That's what I wanted anyway.
Give joy this season with Wawa's handcrafted holiday beverages. Happy sippings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top-rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Mills Air is looking for experienced service techs. Nate certified is a plus, but not required. We have been in business for over 30 years right here in Central Florida. Great pay and benefits. Sign-on bonus depending on experience. Apply at millsair.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner, or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
You come into the studio, and all of a sudden, everybody wants to be anonymous. All the messages that are coming in, anonymous.
Make him nervous in the suit over here.
It might be that. It could be your outfit, but I'm going to keep them anonymous because I try my best to hold up that idea and show you that you don't have to be out there with your name if you don't want to on this show. So Anonymous says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, Sean, earlier this year, I had a family member that had to be in the hospital for 6 days. During that time, she had her purse with her and some electronics. I had to leave for a few hours and came back and her purse was gone. We went to security. They couldn't find it. A few days later, we filed a police report. By this time, this person got out of the hospital and had been trying to get to the bottom of it ever since. One of the things they tried telling us was that we signed a waiver saying that, they weren't responsible for any missing items. However, the person that signed this was in for a neurological issue and was having an altered mental status episode at the time. They don't even remember the first 4 days of the 6-day ordeal. It continues. Hospital later admitted to finding out that another patient had been stolen from 6 months later and advised us to get back with the police. The police told us there was not sufficient evidence, and now the hospital is basically just wanting to give a lowball, shut-up offer of $50. Did not acknowledge the fact that somebody violated patient rights. $50 offer. Our fight isn't so much about the stolen items as much as the fact that they had no camera footage from when somebody went into this person's room and took these items. As such, they did not want to admit this is more of a patient safety issue than anything else. Mo, what do you think about that?
Well, I think the contract probably won't hold up as far as, what that says. The issue becomes, did somebody steal it? Did it get lost by a hospital staff member or something along those lines? If this has happened over and over again and the hospital has failed to take any action to prevent this from happening, and they're right, it could be a patient safety issue. If people are able to sneak into rooms and steal items, they could sneak into rooms and hurt people too. So that's where it's going to boil down to the details. In order to get their attention, you probably have to file a small claims action or a lawsuit of some kind. I don't know what was the value of the things that were stolen, if it's worth the time. But certainly there's some issues here.
Right. And if you get your purse stolen, and what if one of the items in that purse was something that is more than just the monetary value of the item? Like if there was something that you could never replace in there, do they ever factor that in with judgments?
It's difficult. I mean, usually you're looking at replacement value for those items. So it's very difficult to have a sentimental value as part of a court award, usually, when you're dealing with property, at least.
Yeah. Let's go over to this one. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous says, my son and his girlfriend are 17 years old. He turns 18 6 months before she does. Can he be charged in that window if they're having sex? Says Anonymous.
So in Florida, we do have that Romeo and Juliet law that I believe would protect them from that. But you should take a look at that law and make sure they fall within the age gaps outlined in it's commonly referred to as Florida's Romeo and Juliet law.
Do you know why they call it the Romeo and Juliet law?
I did at one point because I read the whole history of it, but it's been a while. I assume it's just because Romeo,
like young couples in love.
Yeah, I assumed it was kind of that.
Yeah, if there are states where they don't have that, that does seem weird. It's like, I think these laws are intended to be something that protects minors from adults.
Right.
And it's that like crossing over the barrier of 18 when you're dating somebody who's within 6 months of your age, for God's sake. I mean, that's fine.
Exactly, Sean.
Right. That's not weird
It's either
at all.
to be or not to be, if you think about it. That's a question.
That is a
That's
question.
Hamlet.
Ouch.
It's still Shakespeare. It's still a Shakespeare quote, is it not?
It is.
Her eyes got real big as that set in.
What's the one? Romeo. What's the other one?
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? That's the one. That's the one. I only know the movie that they made out of that. I think it was in the 90s.
Version?
When they took Romeo and Juliet and they brought it up to modern day, but they still spoke the same way.
With like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. And they had guns, but they called them swords.
No, daggers. It was the gun. The brand of the gun was the dagger. So, like instead of a Luger or a Smith & Wesson, it was the dagger gun. And so she would like, "Oh, happy dagger" is one of the lines in the play, but she was holding a gun instead.
Was that Baz Luhrmann who did that, or am I crazy?
You're probably crazy. I don't know.
Most times the answer is crazy. Yes, it is indeed. I just know that those things stick together for me. I used to like that movie a lot way back when.
I'm more of a Romeo Must Die kind
Are
of
you?
guy.
Okay.
That was a good movie.
Hey, look, to each their own. Yeah. You pick your Romeo movie and you go with it.
I mean, anything with DMX in it, really.
He was in
fine movie.
Oh, man. What a missed opportunity that we never had DMX at Just Okay.
I mean,
every time we had we're trying to plan Just Okay, he was arrested.
Right. Yeah, he was
or in jail.
Wasn't there a single-use website for that too? Is DMXinjail.com or something?
There was. Rest in peace too. And points for Sean. That was Baz Luhrmann that directed Romeo plus
Very
Juliet.
nice.
It is literally the only thing I know about Baz Luhrmann. It is the only fact.
Everybody's free to wear sunscreen. Isn't that him?
Oh my God, my dad liked that song. That is
stupid.
the worst Do you know what that song is?
I do
Moses?
not.
Oh my God.
Never heard of it.
It's don't even bother listening to it.
Everyone's free to wear sunscreen.
Okay, what you just did is way better than what it is. It's an entire song where the guy just talks, and it's like an ongoing thing, and then he talks about wearing sunscreen. And my dad used to crank this up in his Jeep as we were
I
going
think
on.
it came from an old like graduation speech, and he turned it into like a music video and a song.
One tip for the future.
This is it.
Sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by
This is
science.
on VH1 and MTV.
Whereas the rest.
No sex in the champagne room.
I remember that. That was a lot better than this. Okay, let's go back to the questions for Mo. We've got a question from Seek. Let's see what they said.
Serious question for Mo. Hey, Mo, I'm a fan of a top-rated radio show in Orlando. They usually have a holiday party around the end of the year. This year, they decided not to. I had already started making plans, book a hotel room and all that stuff.
You can't
around the time that they normally have it. And would I be able to sue said radio show for damages, emotional, compensatory?
He's our attorney, sir. All right? You think he's going to say yes to that?
How do you know he's talking about you? He said top rated.
Wow.
Moses.
Yikes,
Moses.
When you say the word top rated in Orlando, people automatically think of this show. All right? Those two dots are just connected. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows about this. What we do know is we've got a couple more questions to get to. So get yours in now while you can, and we'll run them by Moses before we wrap everything up on the show today. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Mo, we'll get to those final dispatches.
Yeah, we just unfortunately have to take a break because we have so many advertisers because they are really lining up for our top-rated show.
Super true. And for the listeners, this short commercial break. She's just messing with you. Very, very short.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes.
We'll be back very quickly. And we'll be back with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
We got straight-up robot doctors listening to the show, and nobody peed. Robot doctor!
Bro, it's real radio. We go from mullets to PhDs. What we do.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 70s. Mostly cloudy skies with pretty light winds out of the east. Now we are monitoring the chance for an isolated sprinkle, maybe a quick shower or two, but it's at 20% coverage, meaning not everyone's going to see the rain. We remain mostly dry for your Saturday, but shower and thunderstorm chances will be on the rise by Sunday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. During Pro Paint Days at Lowe's, save $10 on a new and exclusive 5-gallon pail of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Drywall PVA Primer and Sealer. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offer valid 12/4 through 12/15. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply.
Celebrate the weekend by going to Primrose Lanes. You can do some bowling, of course, and they have beautiful, beautiful lanes there to Primrose Lanes. In fact, the whole place is absolutely gorgeous. But what you really want to focus on is the food. And this is something you deserve. You've gone through this whole year. The weekend has arrived, so make the point to go over to Primrose Lanes and get something delicious to eat. You can view their food menu and their drink menu right on their website at primroselanes.com. I recommend everything. I'm not kidding. The crispy chicken is so good. They have a grilled cheese there with tomato soup that's amazing. They really raised the bar on this stuff. They have their world-famous house-made hot dog. They have a smash burger there. From the pickle dip to the corn ribs and everything in between, it is next-level food at Primrose Lanes. And if one of the games is on, well, no better place to watch it than on their 130-inch 4K video wall. Eat, drink, and watch in style. Visit them at primroselanes.com.
Switch to Verizon and you'll save.
Get in the holiday spirit, Orlando. Verizon has an extra gift for your family this season.
You can save a lot.
Get $800 in Verizon gift cards when you switch your family of 4 and get 4 new phones on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate.
Great deals from Verizon. Great deals from Verizon.
There's never been a better time to switch, but this offer won't last forever, so hurry in. Switch to the network America relies on. Get $800 in gift cards and get new phones for the whole family on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate. Visit your local Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate plan required per phone. $200 Verizon e-gift card with port in per line. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
During the Jeep Wrap-Up the Year event, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep brand vehicles. 10% or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Overland, Compass excludes Sport, Grand Cherokee excludes 4xe, Laredo, Grand Cherokee All excludes Laredo. 15% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Gladiator Sport, Compass Latitude, and Renegade. Not compatible with lease offers except Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 1/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Extra cash? Coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Jessica Curson on December 8th and 9th.
You look really scared right now. You're like, you look how I feel 24 hours a day.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions. Line cook, cocktail servers and waitstaff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Unleash your creativity with the brand new Hype app. That's HYPH. Hype empowers you to create music effortlessly, sharing your songs with friends on social media. Create your song with a few swipes. You'll never believe how easy and fun it is to make music. Listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com or go to Instagram at XL1067.
Suddenly, you're stuck with an unexpected car repair expense. And just like that, you don't have enough cash to pay your rent. Now what? Download the Solo Funds app. As part of the Solo community, other members loan you the cash you need at terms you select. No credit checks and no title loans you can never pay back. At Solo Funds, our members come through for one another. We're Solo. Join us at solofunds.com.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get $16 adult sweaters and $12 sweaters for kids. Right now, grab the season's cozy sweaters for only $16 and $12. But hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 12, 9, and 10. Select styles only.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear. Radio 104.1.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday. Yeah, we have 5 shows left in 2023. Not that I'm counting down or anything. No. Just letting you know that. It's just a little tidbit from me to you. We have 5 shows left, and then we're off for our holiday break. I'm
counting down. I think that's perfectly okay. I think a lot of people who are also counting down will agree with us.
You know what?
It's okay to count down.
You know one thing I didn't think about? C-Lane, are you not counting down on account of it's kind of nice to get away and go to work?
I think it'll be nice to have another, spell of time to spend with the boy.
Yeah.
It's a very corporate answer. Thank you.
I'm sure my wife is going to want some time to herself, to do whatever, and then it'll just be me and the boy.
Yeah. Do you at all, Moses,
do some live shows during the next 2 weeks?
Do you at all envy the position that C-Lane is in here now with a 6-week-old? Are you happy that you're far past that now?
I mean, it's fun. I wouldn't necessarily want to start over because, you kind of get your freedom back a little bit and all that kind of stuff. But it is a lot of fun. I mean,
when is the time period where you do start to get a little of that freedom back, where they become a little more autonomous, these kids?
When you can leave them in the car, right?
Like, not supposed to do that, Sabrina.
Like 3? Or
yeah, I'd say, it's progresses with age, obviously, but 3, 4, I think you kind of start to get a little more of that back.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find myself, like, I'll see somebody with, like, a younger kid and be like, I remember that. That was fun.
Good old days.
Yeah.
But in the moment when C-Lane's got the kid and he won't sleep and won't stop crying, and you go, oh, God.
Yeah.
Those are the tough ones.
Yeah, the sleep deprivation stuff.
For that part, I won't have an excuse of going like, well, I got to go to work. So, you need to wake up and take care of the boy.
Unfortunately, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and Casey emails. It says, congrats, Sean. Congrats to me. Sean, I wanted to say congratulations on the engagement of your son. I don't need a congrats on this, please. I don't.
Did you hear the good news, Moses?
I didn't. I'm hearing it for the first time.
I don't know.
Sean's going to be a grandpa.
No, I'm not, number one. And I don't think this is going to hold,
Whoa! Dude!
That's so messed up to say he listened to the show.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. But it's
now he's going to make sure it holds just out of spite.
Oh, great. She says, Casey continues, I also wanted to be the first to say an even bigger congratulations on becoming a grandfather. As we all know, your son and your soon-to-be daughter-in-law are already pregnant. Dylan knows enough not to drop too much news on you all at once. Oh, boy. I also, and is there any information you can provide for Just Okay? As listeners down in West Palm, the sooner we know the location, the sooner we can make plans to stay up there for the party. Thanks for another year of laughs and entertainment, says Casey in North Palm Beach. Thank you, Casey. We appreciate you. We'll have information about Just Okay 8. We'll have that for you right at the beginning of the year. First day we are back. We're going to hit the ground running with that and tell you what's going on.
But shouldn't you tell people all out-of-town listeners can stay at your house?
No.
I thought that was part of the deal.
That's going to be a hard no, Moses. I'm going to have to turn that down. You know how some of these people
Why did I make so many copies of your house key?
No, let's throw those away. Let's melt them back down and turn them into something different, because whilst maybe one lucky winner could stay here before Just Okay, I can't take too much more than that. It would be a little bit overkill. All right, let's see what we got on the way out here. We got Nicholas with a question for you, Mo. Here you go. Let's see what he says.
Good afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey.
Question for Mo. Mr. Mo. If there is some drug activity going on in my neighborhood, and they're parked in the corner of my house or in front of my house, my neighbor's house, and my Ring doorbell camera catches this footage of them parked in the house and the exchange goes on.
Okay.
And I want to report that to the police or whatever have you.
Someone
would
shopping
I get
for
in trouble
stitches.
for illegally recording or wiretapping without because they're not necessarily on my property, but it's close enough for it to be triggered, and I don't have any signs, nor do I desire to have any signs to warn people that they're being recorded. I was just curious, how would that work?
What do you think, Mo?
So outside, there's no expectation of privacy, so you can record freely, and there's no issue there.
That's how doorbell cameras are just allowed to be a thing.
Yeah, so that you can certainly report it, send the video footage to the police, and hopefully they'll follow up on it.
I have a question, Moses, real quick. I've been thinking about this because, every time I'm dealing with like customer service and something, when you call somebody and they say this call may be monitored or may be recorded for quality purposes, does that mean that I also may record it if I want to?
Well, in Florida, we're a two-party consent state, so both parties have to be aware that the call is being recorded. So presumably the person on the other end of the line that picks that line up, the customer service person knows it's being recorded because their own company is recording it.
One would think, yeah.
So theoretically, then yes, you could record the call as well because everybody is aware that it's being recorded.
Nice. See you assholes in court.
All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there. The best of the best, I tell you, nationstrucks.com. Go look at their inventory right now. Any kind of truck you want, they got it for you, nationstrucks.com. All the stories made the cut. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, December 8th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Mo, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you today. You got this. Here we go. Today I Learned this show right here. Everybody
loves Raymond.
That's right. Mo got it. Everybody loves Raymond. Today I learned there was a man who survived the towers collapsing on 9/11. Then, after walking aimlessly through the city, he had a chance encounter with the entire cast of Everybody Loves Raymond, who then housed, fed, and clothed him until he could return home safely to Staten Island the next morning. Weird. Which would be a really weird thing to go through. Let's see what else we got here. Today I learned Bob Jones University, BJU, is a Christian university. You probably heard of that. You might not know this. They got pretty strict rules on how you can enjoy yourself on campus, Moses. Students are only allowed to watch G-rated movies, and rock music is banned on the campus of BJU. 3,000 students at this.
BJU or BJ me?
Either way, but there's 3,000 kids.
Not on campus.
Can't watch anything other than G-rated movies. Today I learned this show right here.
Price is Right.
That's right. The Price is Right.
He did it.
2 for 2. Look at him go. He's on fire
Must
right
be the
now.
suit.
Today I learned in the 1960s, The Price is Right gave away some strange prizes. One time they gave away an airplane. One time they gave away a submarine. One time they gave away a swimming pool. That's not that weird. And a house in Florida was a prize for somebody back in the 1960s. That might be a little pricey these days. Today I learned while filming a scene in 1983's A Christmas Story, where Ralphie is dressed as a sheriff, a prop man gave the actor, Peter Billingsley, real red man chewing tobacco. He didn't know the difference and ate it. They had to shut down production because he got sick.
Gross.
Today I learned this guy right here. Oh, yeah.
James Brown.
James Brown is correct. Look at this man go. Today I learned James Brown was mummified after death, and he still resides at his daughter's home on display.
That's weird.
That's a little odd. All right, Mo, thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Forrest, happy birthday, man. Everybody else, thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you on Monday.
Anywhere.